Yo, how you doing? Glad you came through. Welcome to the Sugar Love Show, where we have fun. Grab your friends and dance along. Join the party all night long. Get ready for a ride. Buckle up, hold tight. We're gonna ignite. Shake your body to the rhythm. Let the music take control. When the beat drops, you better lose control. We're here to make memories, create an unforgettable night. Forget about your worries. Let's spread the love and shine so bright. Welcome to the Sugar Love Show, where the energy is high. We're gonna dance till the morning light. Feel the music, let it flow through your veins. Come on, everybody, let's have fun.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name. Check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quite so thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic, with this logic you can't stop it. It's been chronic since last, and this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the gas, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grieving. Put your foot on the gas, no, never stop competing, yeah. I've been doing this, I'm on it, I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it, you know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic, keep them out your face, no way, you don't want them, yeah. Don't try to drain my energy, the enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily, spreading like a rare disease. But I won't let it get to me, I don't need your therapy. I can leave a legacy of leading by intensity. Come on, we can fight this, freedom is priceless. Spread just like a virus, living in a crisis. Do you feel courageous? Do you seek greatness? Trust me, you can take it, go on and take your aim, yeah. Built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the gas, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grieving. Put your foot on the gas, no, never stop competing, yeah.
Hey y'all. Yeah, I know we starting a little bit late on my time. But my time got confused. Because it stays lighter a little bit longer. So you be thinking it's really earlier than what it is, it's the summertime. Right? What's up, Lakeisha? Hey Chase. Hey Martin. Martin. Up on your 20. Man, I had a long day yesterday. I had a long day. Hey, Spice. I had a long day, right? But it's been going on and popping, right? Because I don't know where these new beefs is coming from. I don't know why they're coming after us. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to know where hip hop came from. I don't know where people is talking about. I mean, that guy gave a half-ass apology that was full of, but I don't know where this is coming from. Right? I don't know where the separation is coming from, where the problem is coming from. We know how hip hop started, right? Because we used our parents' records to scratch it up because we did not have any schools and stuff that had instruments and stuff. So we did the best we can. It's different when you're a DJ and you're just partying and you're just having a party, right? That's different when you're taking the music itself and creating a whole song over your parents' music. You speeded it up, you slowed it down. We did that ourselves, right? But where this is coming from, I don't know, right? But it's getting out of hand. But my man, Lord Jamar, from Brand Nubians, he said, punch, jump up to get beat down, right? Now, he didn't say that, but that is his song, right? So we're going to check out my man, Lord Jamar. Creation versus participation, right? Let's see what he got to say, right? Because, this people may not think this is serious, but it really is serious. Because what happens is it changes the history books. right? People may figure, oh, this is nothing. I don't need to pay attention to it. Yes, you do. Because every day you do something, new history books are being written, right? So 20 years from now, we're going to be out of the picture. And we are not going for that, right? We're not going for that. And I like to say big ups to my beautiful queen. Her channel, she has a new channel. She's starting to express herself. You know, I like what she's doing. Congratulations, sis. I'm glad you're taking that foot forward and you're getting it out there. Beautiful, right? So let's hear. I didn't hear what KRS-1 had to say. I really should find that first, you think? You think I should find that first, but it's kind of late. But he's responding to KRS-1, which at this point in time, see, this is where people mess up at, right? Because when hip hop first came out, right, we get KRS-1 to the T. But when it first came out, you were in Brooklyn, right? You were in Brooklyn. You were not in the Bronx. You went to the Bronx. You were in Brooklyn. Just like when hip hop first came out, Nas was in Brooklyn, right? Nas was in Brooklyn. Even though one is representing Queens to the T, but he was in Brooklyn, right? Nas is Brooklyn born. Just like my man Raekwon. He may say Shallon Allen all he wants, but he's also was in Brooklyn. He born in Brooklyn, right along with the RZA, the Jizza, and the old dirty bastard. Brooklyn. So why do I say that? Because it makes a difference, right? So the only way you can really tell what's true, what's not true, and the true experiences to talk about the borough that you were in, right? You have to talk about the borough you were in because we can't all agree what went down in the Bronx. A lot of us was not in the Bronx, right? So for them to say that it was 50-50, we wasn't at that party. Around that time, other boroughs was doing damn near the same thing. Just so happened, right? We all outside. We used to snap on each other. And let's not forget, before even hip hop, give me five on the black hand side, right? We always had that type of talk. We always, even in the movie, remember all the old movies? We always had that type of talk. How you doing, my brother? Much love to you too, right? We always had that type of talk. And a lot of people whom is talking about it, they were not in the Bronx. Like I said, KRS-1, you born in Brooklyn. So what is your Brooklyn we got 5 boroughs. So at any point in time, if they influenced it, we would have known, right? We know what we heard, right? See, people like to talk the information. That's why they don't want to talk to us old folks people, right? They don't want to talk about us old folks people at all because some way down the line, we were there, right? That's just like when hip hop first came out, Ice-T was in the East Coast, right? Remember, Ice-T is from Jersey. He may represent California, but that's why he was able to take it to California. When hip hop first came out, Tupac was in New York. People forget where they were born at. How do you think Ice-T? I think at one point in time he said he was sounding like somebody else. Then he had to get his own identity because he was sitting in Jersey. That's East Coast. Ice-T was not on the West Coast, right? Because again, hip hop starts from our Southern roots. There's nobody on the East Coast nor West Coast, maybe not everybody, but everybody's summers, they went down south, right? They was going down south, either Mississippi, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, but our roots are from the South. Even the music that Dr. Dre started with the funk and that sound that the West Coast have brought out, that still comes from, what's my man name? The Atomic Dog. He's still from the East Coast. He's from Jersey too. So we all influence each other through our forefathers. That's from the dance, the talking. Back in the days, that was like a pimpology also. That's how the black pimps used to talk. And then people wanted to emulate how the pimps talk. Yeah, man. Like it wasn't, George Clinton. Thank you. George Clinton. So even though there was California or the West Coast, their sound still came out of the West Coast, the East Coast. But it did not matter. It didn't matter because all of us cousins, right? All of us is cousins because all our aunts and uncles and grandmothers and great-grandmothers, we all went to down south for the summer. Your mama got rid of you and you went to the South, some part of the South. Just like with Snoop Dogg. His family is from Mississippi, right? That's all we did. And I mean, a lot of videos I could show, but I don't probably get no copyright strikes. Maybe one day, I'll probably do another channel where I can afford the copyright strikes. Well, you will see, even in church, even in some churches, now hip hop came out of the way they did it. Again, I was there. It was sort of kind of taken out of disco and doo-wop, right? Do people remember doo-wop? Do people remember when you don't have no money, you want a corner? The same way doo-wop was orchestrated, the same way hip-hop was orchestrated. You was just on the streets, right? Everybody got around. So in doo-wop, they wanted to see like who was the best singer. You even had people behind you, and then you had these group of singers, and you had the background giving the beat the same way in hip hop. You had the background either banging on the tables, hitting the walls, doing a clap, right? And then they battled because they didn't have no money. Hip hop did the same thing. That's why hip hop and doo-wop sound alike. It starts from the streets when you ain't got nothing. We had fun. But I like how they keep talking about hip hop like it's just in the Bronx, right? We had some, first of all, I keep telling you, certain things people forget, and I told you guys already. Something took place in New York. Something took place in New York. And if that did not take place, hip hop would not have been as big as it was. Okay, I told you guys what happened. What happened in New York? Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Y'all should remember. I told you this already. Well, now, yeah, not coming fast enough. I think it was like 1975 or 1977. It was a blackout. The whole city had a blackout, right? So, baby, I tell you, the day after that blackout, we had the best parties ever. But they could not afford all of it. They went and looted everything, right? They went every machine that they would have needed, all the equipment got looted. So now they were able to get all these different machines and make this music. I'm not even talking about the drug culture yet, right? Baby, we had speakers upon speakers. Them block parties was like the bomb. But again, every borough did it differently, right? And that will be including Long Island, which is not a borough, but you might as well make it a borough. Everybody had their own style. But what we do know is it was a lot of Hispanics in the Bronx. Yes, it was. But if you had something to do with it, we would have heard it, right? We didn't hear it. So that means it wasn't there. So again, I do get what KRS-1 is trying to say. But when hip hop came out, your history would be how you heard it in Brooklyn. You did not hear it in the Bronx. If it's over 50 years old, you were still in Brooklyn. Where's your Brooklyn experience? Nas, we love him. But his first experience hearing hip hop will be in Brooklyn. It makes a difference. Harlem had their own swag, right? Them Hollis brothers had their own swag. We always kicking that game, right? We always was dancing. They've been writing on walls. I'm like, stop acting like we wasn't there. Yeah, y'all the one came to our part. Y'all came to our barbecue. We did not come to your barbecue, right? We didn't come to your barbecue. And I'm trying to figure out why in 2024, well, this was probably said with Fat Joe starting in 23. It was stated, now why? Like what changed? What changed that now all of you guys want to come into our business, right? What is it that you're not telling us that now you decide y'all want to start this crap? I would love to know. And if it's 50-50, then take it back. Like, we didn't need your dancing. And I think that's one of the things, I don't know if y'all seen this interview, but he was like, we're making it seem like it's an element. Technically, the dancing is not an element because we danced for everything, right? When you heard a beat, you danced, right? So it's technically they made it an element because of the pop, lock, and drop. But in all reality, it's a break beat, right? What you gonna do with a break beat? You're gonna break. It wasn't like you created a dance to go to the beat. We was doing it anyway because that's the way your body moves, right? That is the way your body moves. So we was going to dance anyway, right? And your dance or how you dance went with the sound. So we were already doing it. So it's an element, but technically it's not an element because you ain't never seen. Well, I ain't never seen back in the days, especially when you're young. I ain't seen nobody standing there. They was going to dance regardless. Now, far as uh the spraying, well, you had to spray on walls and shit, right? That's technically not an element neither. Because if you had a party, you ain't spraying up them walls. You sprayed up the trains, right? Y'all rode up on all the trains. So technically, that would not be an element neither. Because you in the park, ain't no damn walls there. At that point, the parks didn't look like how they look now. They were empty. So we really didn't need you to spray paint anything neither, right? You sprayed painted on your own, but the spray paint didn't go with the music. It just looked good, when they did videos or something, and then they put the spray paint out there, and every freaking train had a tag on it. But if you're on a train, it have nothing to do with the music. So you can really now, how you not add in B-box, you're going to put in a spray paint, somebody writing on walls as an element, but you don't put in the human B-box. Now that will be more of an element than the damn spray paint. Because if they didn't spray paint, it didn't matter. We were still outside kids doing our thing, right? Just like with doo-wop. They were still kids outside doing their thing. Right? That's what they did, except for they were singing, we were rapping. It's the same concept. So they like to sit up there and they want to try to plug it like it just the Bronx. No, it's 5 damn boroughs. What do y'all think? We was doing nothing? But they're not gonna give you them stories. Right? They're not. Shoot. But the only thing is, like I said, they took our forefather records, and this is how hip hop is, right? Before the DJs used to just play the music. Hip hop took the music, they took a lot of stuff out, they put something in, and they made a complete different song from it. That would be hip hop, right? So, of course, the Hispanics were not able to do that. What was they going to take their records and do it? They didn't never bring their records outside and in no big ass park and blast no salsa music, right? I've never seen it. If y'all seen it, let me know. I'm not saying they didn't blast their music, but we didn't have no big ass parties off their music while they was cutting the scratch. They didn't cut and scratch nothing of their music. But remember, this will only be in the Bronx. Because in Brooklyn, that's where you will have the majority of the Caribbean people, right? So that's why, even in KRS-1 music, he always does like the little Caribbean type of talk or Caribbean type of beat. Because, like I said, when hip hop first came out, he was in Brooklyn, he wasn't in the Bronx. That's why a lot of his songs, you will hear the Caribbean because there's a lot of Caribbean people in Brooklyn. Harlem, that's like the Renaissance. Like that's the place where they get to show off, right? Now, to Harlem, you got the upper Harlem, where it's majority of Black people. You got the lower Harlem, like what they call Spanish Harlem, is mainly Hispanics, right? But they got their own style. And it's like two different worlds. If you cross the street, it's like two different worlds, right? Then you'll have Queens. Like Queens in Brooklyn is sort of kind of doing the same thing, right? Now, in Queens, besides certain projects, besides certain areas, Queens wasn't even that many black people. Wasn't that much black people in Queens. Only like in the projects or something. But Queens consisted of like the Irish, the Germans, the Italians, right? So it wasn't such a big spread in Queens, right? Wasn't such a big spread in Queens. They did have certain areas, but that would be the areas that connected to the certain parts of Brooklyn, because little parts of Queens used to be part of Brooklyn. So it wasn't like it was all over and big parties and all of this stuff, because you only had certain parts of Queens where majority the black people live. But Queens was mainly the Italians, right? Now the same rule will apply for Staten Island. Staten Island only had certain sections where there were black people, but majority of Staten Island, as it is still today, is mainly Italians. That's why a lot of people from Staten Island had to get on that boat and come to someplace else. They had to leave out of Staten Island. They probably was in their buildings and their projects, but again, it's mainly Italians there. Now, far as in the schools, what's okay? You can say no. I remember. I don't know what you. I understand you are sorry, but at what part am I incorrect? A little bit, boss lady. What part will I be incorrect? Because I do believe I was there. Matter of fact, haven't that much changed. I could walk you through New York and everything that I said, I could show you. So, at what part would I be incorrect? I'm not even doing, I'm just saying what happened. What part would be incorrect? Not too much changed. I'm from New York. So what part don't you agree about? I'm just telling you how New York went, because we keep our focus on the Bronx. And all of us was doing hip hop, but just in different ways. We wasn't all live, just don't agree. Don't agree with what, little boss lady? So we can get this straight. What don't you agree with? See, now, again, we got our cousins down south and stuff. What don't you agree with? You saying you don't agree. What don't you agree with? Hey, boss Jackie. I mean, it's really non-negotiable, right? It's really non-negotiable. I was there early 70s. It's really non-negotiable. My what I seen in my childhood is non-negotiable. So it's not about agreeing, it's non-negotiable. Because technically, the best parties, I have to do it in my personal opinion because I was personally there. because the best parties wasn't Harlem. Okay? The best parties wasn't Harlem, was not the Bronx. The best ones, Harlem used to get down. Right? And like I said, you had a lot of, we all family, we all cousins, right? I call us all cousins. We all black, we all cousins, because all of our forefathers is down south. So we took all their influences and we brought it to wherever prospective place we at, right? So we all did something different, but technically was doing the same thing, right? We migrated. Some people went west, some people went east, and then the south. And then we went there for the summers, right? And then on top of that, we had our movies, right? We had like the Mac. We had all the early 70 movies. There was even the Talk in the Barbershop, the first rap in the barbershop. Come on now. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find that for you. Right? We don't have to oh, uh just like to prove my point. Let me see if I can find that. Ooh, 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 ooh. Let me tell you how far I'm gonna catch a copyright strike right now, right? I'm gonna play a song right now and tell me, does this song have to do with hip hop, right? And tell me if this song got something to do with hip hop. Right? Y'all like to play with me, right? Y'all like to play with me, right? Tell me, does this song got something to do with hip hop? Because y'all like to play. We're gonna play. Now I'm gonna play this song, and I want you guys to tell me, does this song have anything to do with hip hop? And I'm gonna catch a copyright strike, but it's okay. What does this song right here has to do with hip hop? Let's go. Y'all want to play with me today, so we're gonna play. Here we go. One of my favorite songs. I love this song. One of my favorites. Let's go.
Mickey and Sylvia, here they are. Believe it or not, as I understand the story, Mickey, you did something strange, yeah.
Love is strange. Yeah, yeah. A lot of people take it for a game. Once you get it, you never want to.
I hear crickets.
No,
I hear crickets.
after you had it, you're in an awful few.
That's my type of music.
Plenty people
That's my song.
don't understand. No,
Now.
they think love.
Y'all like, what does, okay, that's right. Put that copyright strike up there, right? What does that song got to do with hip hop? I will wait. I'm not even going to tell you nothing. But that song you heard with the artist, y'all tell me what that got to do with hip hop. Right? So I hit that copyright strike. I just wanted you to hear that song. Right? When you figure it out, you let me know. And I got some more for you too. I need for y'all to hear that right there, right? Yes. And that year was like the 1930s, 1940s, 1950s, probably the 1940s, right? It was born from this music? No. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Was not born. I tell y'all, stop playing with me. Right? Now we're going to get back to this interview. I just want to hit you with something real quick. Right? No, ma'am. That would not be the answer neither. Now let's get back to creation versus participation.
In the room. And we could talk about this shit. Cause this shit is crazy. We're gonna have a recap. Let's get a nice amount of people in the room. You know what I mean? I got niggas 2-3 years older than me talking about, you were not old enough to know what was going on. You weren't there. Shut the fuck up. Who cares? Who cares if I was there or not? Were you there when your mother and father fucked? Huh? How do you know that's your mother and father? How do you know that that's your mother and father? You going by their word? Because you wasn't there. I'll tell you how you know. You know how we determine parentage? Through DNA, motherfucker.
I'm going to give you another clue.
Through DNA. Now, when I look at the DNA of hip-hop, when I look at the double helix of hip-hop, what I see is soul music, funk music. I see people that parents that might have come up in the South who moved to the North, specifically the New York City area, and whose children came up in that post-Civil War. I mean, not civil rights, not Civil War. That post-civil rights era with that Northern attitude. That attitude that was like, motherfucker, I wish I was around during slavery times. I wouldn't have let motherfuckers with me. Like when Roots came out when we was young, niggas was like, I wish a nigga would. That's the energy that birthed hip hop. Those kids that watched Roots and all that type of shit. That's the energy that birthed hip hop, bro.
Oh,
and that's the DNA you see all in hip hop.
Now,
and so we hear it musically.
I'm gonna give y'all one more clue, right? I'm gonna give you another clue, right? Let me give you another clue. Then I'm gonna give you another clue. Keep trying to tell y'all, stop playing with me, right? Not you guys. Not you guys. I'll give you another clue. Now we heard the We got the Love is Strange. Love. I used to run that song too, boy. And I also used to run this song, right? I love this song. Let's go. Now, that's the cut, right? Now, again, what does that song got to do with hip hop? What does that song got to do with hip hop? Now, this will show you that we went back to the 50s. Went back to the 50s, right? Right? That's right. Tell it. What does Love is Strange and Pillow Talk has to do with hip hop? Right? And like I said, I got plenty. I'm just going to just start y'all with that, right? I'll wait. I'm going to give you the answer, but I'm going to give y'all a chance to think about this, right? But we're going to get back into my man, Lord Jamar, creation versus participation. Right? Let's go.
With the type of samples that we choose or chose to play at that time, with the break beats that we chose at the time. But we also hear it in the language, okay? We see the DNA of the 5% nation very much inside of hip hop.
That would be
with
correct.
terms like peace,
Yep,
and cipher,
yep.
and God and Son,
Standing on your box.
you know what I mean?
Where? Yeah. That's the wrong answer.
All kinds of shit. We see the DNA, but nowhere do you see the DNA of Puerto Rican culture. Puerto Rican culture. I'm not talking about Puerto Rican individuals. I'm talking about Puerto Rican culture, Jamaican culture. Those things did not influence hip hop, regardless of how official motherfuckers sound saying it. I'm sorry. I hate to hurt your heart that the thing that you adore and love is something that Black American youth created. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that hurts your heart for some reason. I don't know why it hurts you so much. But this is a fucking fact. No one said y'all wasn't there. No one said you wasn't there. Sure, you were there. But if I'm building a house and you watch me build a house, does that mean you built it too? No. When the doctor births a baby, is the doctor the father or the mother of the child because it was present at the time of birth? No. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. Like, only the people that were there during conception are the parents. Okay? So all of this shit about we were there, yeah, you were there. But there's a difference between a creator and a participator. That's all I'm saying. And once again, I love my Puerto Rican brothers and sisters, and that's why I don't like the way y'all are trying to frame this shit like I'm hating on y'all or some shit like that. My niece and my nephew are half Puerto Rican. Like my sister-in-law's Puerto Rican. Like fucking my brothers from Beach Ave, Puerto Rican. My brothers from Allerton Ave, Puerto Rican. Like my sister, rest in peace, Raquel, who lived in my fucking rest when I was young. Puerto Rican, power rule. I've had a long relationship with Puerto Ricans. I had many Puerto Rican girls coming up. And that's also, though, why I got to keep it real. We got to stop acting like there was such this great relationship.
Okay. Y'all ain't coming up with the answer, right? Let me give you a little bit more background. I'm gonna learn you today, right? I'm gonna learn you today, right? Her name will be Sylvia Robinson, correct? She started out in the 1950s, right? Without Sylvia Robinson, we would not have the Sugar Hill Gang. We would not have Angie Stone, right? Remember, she started off with Sequence. She opened up the door for Angie Stone, Grandmaster Flash, and the Furious Five, Funky 4+1, the Crash Crew, Kumo Diaz, and with the Treacherous 3, West Street Mob. Remember Spoonie G? Remember the song White Line? That's all Sylvia Robinson. She would be what you call the queen of R&B, right? She plays a big part in hip hop. Stop playing with me, right? So obviously, if she was out in the 50s, she didn't go searching for Hispanic people. She heard the sound from the Black people, right? Remember, even when she did Rapper's Delight, that first hip hop song went 10 times platinum. A lot of people we hear from today comes out of her. So obviously, she already had the music inspiration, right? It was a lot of music was inspired by what would be her generation of music, because really our hip hop hasn't had that sound yet, but it had a bebop, right? Because even when you hear Pillow Talk, people don't realize that lady, she is the same lady who did Love is Strange and Pillow Talk. So a lot of groups she bought out, right? She was the one who had one of the first people who had a big register. She was before a Russell Simmons, right? But all of the artists that we sit up there and we say, hey, that's old school. You know, we give Melly Mel, we give them all props. That's from that lady, right? I'm not saying she paid them right. I don't know what happened, but her music influence helped influence rap music also. Had nothing to do with any Hispanic or Jamaican person, right? Yeah, they heard of Sylvia Robinson. They didn't know how far back Sylvia Robinson went. So, in that sense, she will also play a part in Neo Soul. Because isn't that where Angie Stone went? She's been in the bit, her business may not have been good, right? But look at the year that the Treacherous 3 was out, right? if I'm Good Times, the doom, doom, doom. So yes, it came out of disco, right? But guess who did disco too? Sylvia Robinson. That's why she was able to take her. She is what you call a point of reference. We have a point of reference now, right? Got a point of reference. We got more points of references. She's just one of a point of reference, which a Hispanic nor the Jamaicans have. Like we even got ones, we got plenty of point of references. But when you got somebody, we do know that somebody from the 1950s played a part in rap music. We don't have nobody from the 1950s. No, matter of fact, the song was out in the 1950s. She was out before the 1950s. Right? So now when she came up in there, right? And she heard even though it was KRS-1, they took KRS-1, but when they did that, she heard them rapping. She still took her point of reference because at that point she was in disco, right? And she took the Chic song because that's what we thought it was when Rappers Delight first came on, right? And that would be all of us, not just New York. But when we first heard that song, we was getting ready to go, doom, 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 doom. And then when we heard that rap, we was like, what the funk? Right? We was like, what the funk? We wasn't expecting to hear the hip, the hop, the hibbit. We was expecting to hear good times. These are your good times. Leave your cash be. That's what we was expecting to hear. But hip hop hibbity came on. We were like, oh shit. Right? So now we was like, holy snap. They took our street music and put it on a record. We was already doing it, right? We was already doing it. And of course, it's not the first one on record, but that's the one it took for her to make it go mainstream, right? She took what she learned in the business, even though it probably was bad business, but she took what she learned and she found a beat for the song. Because we didn't have all of them cut up beats and stuff already. So she used what she knew, right? And 10 million records later, here we go. So our point of reference go back to a woman who was doing music in the late 40s and 50s. And not just sampling, she had her hand in it, right? Because without her, we don't have the Melly Mel's. We don't have the Kumo D's. We don't have Angie Stone. We don't have the Funky 4+1, which would be the first female hip hop artist, right? We don't have the Crash Crew. We don't have Spoonie G. We wouldn't have The Message, right? We wouldn't have these people, even though they leave her out of history, but she plays a big part. All of our heroes that we talk about came through her. So you cannot tell us our elders did not connect to hip hop. Even though they may not like the business part, but we're not talking about the business part. But again, she shaded people because she was shaded, right? She was shaded. They wasn't playing back people no money, but she took a chance. She saw people out there. Remember, she come from where they was doing doo-wop too. How did she find them? On the corner. On the corner, she found the guys from Rappers Delight. She said, "Come on up in this studio." Same way they did doo-wop. Where you find them at? On the corner. Well, come on up here and let's make this money. So when we're doing the 50th hip hop, you cannot exclude the mother of hip hop. And that's what I've seen. I've seen a lot of people do these videos, but they have forgotten her. They have forgotten her. People forget Angie Stone was one in the group with one of the early hip hop songs. People forget. Sequence. Let's go. Stop playing. At no point in time did she say, "Hey, I like them Spanish guys over there. Come on in." She heard what her young black folks was doing. She didn't hear the similarities. She didn't. If they came out with it in the beginning, which because hip hop was out, but hip hop wasn't out before her. She was out since the 40s. You can't outdo her. She done heard all types of music. And with them in the studio, right? She's going off of, she's trying to get the beats and stuff together and stuff, right? That's what she's trying to do. Because she's seen a similarity. Like, oh shit, wow. So if the Hispanics have influenced it, it would have been Hispanic people, Hispanic groups in there. Now, if a Hispanic person made it there, that means a black person bought them in, right? A black person would have bought them in, but she didn't hear it, right? Neither did we hear it. So they can take their 50% back if they would like to. So all the beginnings that they're talking about, and if it was influenced by any way, form, or fashion, you would have been in the first lineup, right? So again, that will also prove his point right. She wasn't looking at no damn graffiti, right? She was looking at no graffiti that y'all call an element. She wasn't watching you dance. She come from an age where they always dance with music. So that was sort of kind of prove, not sort of kind of, that because they was like, oh, Lord Jamar be flip-flopping. Because he says the 5 elements. But when it first came out, they wasn't looking at nobody singing and dancing and spraying up no damn walls. She heard them rapping, even though Big Bag Hank, that was DJ Cass. DJ Cass, but DJ Cass gave it to him. He used it. He didn't know what Rappers Delight was going to do, but Sylvia Robinson did because she knew the first time we heard the beginning of the song, she knew what we was going to think We was waiting for Good Times to come on because we always heard Good Times. But then what we got was Hip Hop the Hibbity. And if you listen to a lot of Treacherous 3, them some bad brothers though. Treacherous, well, they had 3 different styles, right? And they had to kick that little knowledge and stuff up in there. Yes, they did. Even when Curtis Blow was at the top, when they went looking, he's the first artist to go gold, right? Single artist. He's the first artist that brought in that money. He's the first artist to move to Los Angeles. He was the first artist to be in a commercial, right? Again, where was the influence from the Hispanic people? Like I said, I can go on for days. I can go on for days and days. So where little boss lady go? She said she disagreed. Y'all know I come with receipts, right? Little boss lady, I know you didn't mean no harm, but you know I come with receipts. I'm not gonna act like I was not living, right? I am not gonna act like I was not living. I am not gonna act like, even though New York did it their way, but it's 5 boroughs, just like the West Coast did it their way. But it all comes from people in Syria, James Brown, it's a plethora of people, impeached the president. We took all of their beats. Impeach the president and what is that other man's name? We did a lot of they took a lot of his songs too. What is that man's name? I'm gonna tell you his name. Then we had the something Porter, right? Gregory Porter. Then we had the other guy. You know what I'm saying? We knew exactly where to go. Because from the music we heard from down south and how they act, and then remember we dispersed. But each 5 boroughs had their style. That's why they keep leaving it out. Because if they bring up the other boroughs, it debunks. It debunks what them people in the Bronx had to say. It totally debunks it. But again, to prove my point, when she heard this music, if anything that was Hispanic or Jamaican that went with it, she would have grabbed it. She would have grabbed it. She didn't grab it because she didn't hear it, right? She didn't hear it. One of the best break beats ever is Impeach the President, right? Then they don't, come on, we got James Brown. We got a lot of people. Them just the main people. So the beat that we played went with our soul. It went with our soul. Like I said, we love Grandmaster Flash. Yeah, he was already DJing and shit, but that still would be Silver Robinson. Nope. When you hear Love is Strange, you're not going to attach that to hip hop. When you hear Pillow Talk and all the other songs that she made, you're not going to attach it to hip hop, not knowing that it's attached to hip hop. And if you do hear the ding, 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 right? When you hear what is that? The symphony. Dum, 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 dum. That's that sound a little bit like Love is Strange. how they made that sound? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So a lot of our early people, again, is left out. It's left out. For all our greats, it would not be greats. Wasn't for her, right? It wasn't for her. That woman. Don't talk about a woman. That people forget women played a that one lady played a big part in hip hop, but they want to take women out all the time. You know, you can't take her out, regardless of how you put it. You can't take her out. You can't. They have, but how are you gonna have a 50th anniversary and y'all take her out? Where she didn't put your ass on, you would why? Especially the message, right? Especially the message. How do you take her out of history? You're going to take her out of the R&B history, but you're going to put in the Hispanic people, and you're going to put in the Jamaican people, but you put out the person that put them on. You don't have to like her business, but them records still was recorded, right? Well, let's go. Let's get back to this. Just wanted to I had to throw in my own tea for you. Okay, let's go. And no, everybody was not dancing the damn same in every borough, right? We may have been doing some of the moves, but no, everybody didn't have boxes on the floor, flipping their head. Like I said, every borough did it different, right? We ain't gonna sit up there, no, no, and no, right? But let's carry on. Let's go, Lord Jamar.
Relationship between Puerto Ricans and blacks. There weren't. It wasn't. The older Puerto Ricans, your parents,
That's right.
and your older brothers and sisters didn't fuck with black people at all.
Mm.
You know how many times I had to wait downstairs? Oh, you can't come upstairs. My mom or my pops, Morenos, Cocolo, like, you got to wait outside. You know how many times that happened to me?
I know.
Like, my older brother, my older sister.
Tell
Yeah,
it.
they don't really fuck with black
Tell
people
it.
like that. You see what I'm saying? Like us as black people, we're so accepting of other cultures. The fact of the matter is that we've accepted Puerto Rican people into our culture, but Puerto Ricans have never accepted us into theirs. And we're not mad at that. Nobody is like, yo, they won't give us credit for merengue or some fucking shit like that. Like, huh? We let mad people get down with our culture, but guess what? Y'all had to adhere to our culture, to our slangs and fashion, and it was about what we was doing. We was the influence. Y'all, unfortunately, we're not the influence. Once you picked up our influence, you helped ran with it, and you helped to expand it. Hang on, let me. Thank you. Thank you. We love you for that. To help pioneer this thing we created. You know what I mean? To help it proliferate out into the world. Thank you. Thank you, Puerto Ricans, Jamaicans, anybody, because there's probably other, I'm sure there was Haitians and Guyanese and all kinds of people that might have added on, not at the creational point, but okay, even at the creational point, right? Because some people say, well, Kool Herc was Jamaican and Flash was Barbadian and all that. All right, guess what, though? They couldn't act like they was Jamaican. They couldn't act like they was from Barbados. They couldn't talk like that. They couldn't dress like that. Or nobody would have fucked with them. That's what Charlie Chase was trying to say. People was like, oh, nobody can have a regular name. You stupid motherfuckers. Do you not hear what the man said? Do you not hear what the man said? Charlie said he was Spanish and he couldn't be Carlos Mendez. Yes, nobody was using their government name, but you know what the fuck he was trying to say. And even some people did use it. Grand Wizard Theodore. Theodore was able to use his name. I don't know if Grand Wizard Carlos would have worked. Grand Wizard Julio wouldn't have worked. Sorry. So what the fuck are you talking about? He was saying that he was Spanish, everybody else was black, and he couldn't come in with this whole Spanish thing. And he was saying, I love playing this music. What does this music mean? He meant black music. He didn't mean Spanish music. He meant black music. And I'm just tired of y'all acting like somebody's ganging up on y'all or something. How come black people are not allowed to have anything for ourselves? We can't have nothing. We got to share this shit with everybody. And we did share it. We are sharing it. We didn't say nobody can fuck with it. But goddamn, we can't get our fucking credit for fucking the work that we did of really putting this shit down. And please stop with this 5-element shit. Okay? I don't even know who started that shit, to be honest. You know what I mean? Hip hop is just MCing and it's DJing shit. And now it's like producing and shit like that too. With all this graffiti and fucking breakdancing and shit like that. First of all, breakdancing isn't the only fucking hip hop dancing. That's one of many, man. We had the WAP, we had the fucking Patty Duke, the Spank, the fucking the Rock, the Running Man, the baseball bat. Like, come on. Who was making those dances up? Who is making those fucking dances up? And those dances come out every fucking week. The Bismarck, the Joeski Love. What are you talking about? Breakdancing. That was one fucking thing that, again, we started, and when we put it down, Puerto Rican people picked it up. It's okay. And when they picked it up, that would happen to be the time that movies came into play. That's why y'all believe they're the pioneers of breakdancing. But I don't even necessarily feel that breakdancing per se is such an element of hip hop. You know what I mean? Graffiti too. Graffiti is something that existed way before hip hop. Some people will say hieroglyphics is graffiti, even though hieroglyphics are way deeper than that. But yes, Kilroy was here and all this tagging shit that was going on. But see, what hip hop, why graffiti became synonymous with hip hop is because once hip hop came out, graffiti almost graduated to something more than just ugly writing on the wall. It became beauty. It became art. And the art that it became reflected hip hop culture. Okay, you'd see characters with shell-toe Adidas and fucking belt buckles and shit like that, and just to get fucking Kango hats and shit like that. And when you see that, that's what made it. Just the way they were standing and all of that type of shit. Like, that's what made it hip hop. Like, and then the way people started freaking the letters and all of that. That's what made it hip hop. But then the colors and the technicality of being able to draw and all of that type of shit. See, I was a tagger back in the days. My man Daff D, he was a fucking bomber type of dude. You understand what I'm saying? So that being said, I don't even know who the fuck. And so people now try to steer you off these other roads with the dancing shit and the graffiti and shit like that. Listen, I had the two first Puerto Rican MCs in the game on my show a couple of years ago. I put the fucking post up today of Prince Whipple Whip. Shout out to you, my brother. Ruby D. Shout out to... They're Puerto Rican. They're the first Puerto Ricans who said that they didn't get there till about 76, 77. Now, if we saying hip hop started in 73, And some people will say, oh, well, hip hop didn't have a name till a certain. Who gives a fuck when it had a name? You didn't have a name till you came out your mother's pussy. You still was alive. Okay? None of us had a name for 9 months. That doesn't mean we didn't exist. That means you didn't come out your mother's pussy to be fucking named. You still had arms, legs, you were breathing, you had a fucking a system, a heart, a fucking brain, all this other shit. What are you talking about? Life happens at fucking the inception, at conception. That's when life starts. Okay? My name is Ruby. That's right, Born Infinity. My name is Ruby D, and I'm a Puerto Rican. You might think I'm black by the way that I'm speaking. So yeah, this all started when KRS-1 made a video. I don't know where this video came from. I don't know how recent it was. But KRS-1 made a video and saying everybody who is saying that Puerto Ricans did not have a hand in hip hop, you know, in the beginning are stupid. I went on the page. Matter of fact, it was on Hip Hop Motivators page. I went on the page and proceeded to say, bullshit. Bullshit. I didn't explain nothing. I just said bullshit. Then shout out to my homegirl Wahida. She was on there, kind of maybe agreeing with it. And I said, listen, with all due respect, he's wrong. Regardless how official he sounds saying it. See, a motherfucker could say some shit that's not true, and it'll sound, if they could make that shit sound official as a motherfucker. That don't make it true. It doesn't make it true. And let me just say, I have love and respect for KRS-1. I have love and respect for Fat Joe. I have love and respect for Busta Rhymes. Anybody that you could think of that they'll try to insert into this fucking thing, I have love and respect for Pete Rock. Okay? Like, but my love and respect doesn't extend to me shutting my mouth for comfortability. I've never been that guy. And I never will be that guy. I don't give a fuck. Okay? I don't give a fuck if you don't like me no more. If I'm mad, you know, like I don't really care. Because I stand on the truth. Okay? Like I stand on the truth, and the truth will set you free. If I was lying and I was knowingly lying and doing this, well, then I would be a foul nigga. You know what I mean? And the universe would fucking, you know what I mean? Would treat me as such. But that ain't what's happening. Because I'm telling the truth. If all you suck ass niggas talk about, well, if this don't make me no money and all this stupid shit, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You sound fucking stupid. Talk about niggas holding on to this shit. You motherfucking right, we gonna hold on to what the fuck we created. It's bitch ass niggas that let some shit go the minute somebody come up to them. Right? It's the tough nigga that when a nigga tries to stick him up, he's like, fuck that. You ain't getting shit, homie. But you bitch ass niggas will be, soon as a nigga come up on you, put his fucking finger in your back. Here, take my wallet. Pussy ass niggas, get the fuck out of here. That's not me. Sorry.
And I got him mad.
And shut up with this white corporate. Oh, white corporations own hip hop now. Listen, that's neither here nor there. We're not talking about what white corporations own now. We're speaking specifically on the inception and creation of hip hop. We could talk about where the fuck it went later. Okay? The fact that white people own hip hop now has nothing to do with this conversation. So please shut the fuck up stop bringing that shit up, because you sound fucking stupid. Bronxdale Projects, Disco King Mario is the nucleus of it all. And King Mario is not Puerto Rican. Shout out to Tariq Nasheed, microphone check. Now, I was in that movie. Now, first of all, I hope people, I feel like a lot of people has a dislike for Tariq Nasheed. Certain people have a dislike for Tariq Nasheed. And so they're not even listening to what he's saying in regards to him telling the truth about this subject. They believe that he's doing this to specifically cause divisiveness and to make money and all of that case may be. Now, at the end of the day, I don't know what's in somebody's head. I don't believe that's his reason for doing it. Sure, he wants to make money off the shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people have to make a living in this fucking shit that we, in this world we live in. That's part of the reason why fucking hip hop got sold to the white man. But anyway, but I'm not in this to try to make money off of some sort of division created by black people and Puerto Ricans. I don't want to see a division between black people and Puerto Ricans. A lot of Puerto Ricans would tell you, well, shit, we're all one. I see myself as black. Well, then why is it a fucking problem then?
Oh.
Why do you want special fucking acknowledgement? Why do you want to be separated from the whole? If you black, then we all black Americans, right? Right? Why you want to be singled out? If we're all one, then what's the fucking problem? Why is this a problem? I'll tell you why it's a problem. Because subconsciously, you don't really feel that we're all one. Subconsciously, it bothers you that something that you love and adore so much was created by people that you subconsciously look down upon. You subconsciously look down upon black people and really don't understand how the fuck you could have fallen in love with this shit. So you kind of got to insert yourself in there now and be like, no, we created it too. Especially 50 years later and act like nobody can, they wasn't there. They don't really know. Like, I can say anything, especially if I'm popular and I have money. I can say anything and they'll fucking just take it as truth. Nah, we're not doing that. I'm sorry. Chris Blaze, be quiet, please. Even if you say they contributed since the beginnings, he said Ricans contributed to hip hop since the beginning. Contributing and creating. Do y'all have like a reading comprehension? Or it's 11:11 right now, y'all. Just for those that y'all understand. Angel hours, they agree with what I'm saying. Anyway, is there a language barrier right now? Like, seriously, like, is it a language comprehension barrier? Because I feel like I'm speaking English, but I'm not being fully understood. First of all, there's another myth being portrayed, like I said, that Puerto Ricans and black people were so close. And I'm saying that wasn't necessarily true. For some people it was, but it wasn't across the board like that. Like, it really wasn't. And if If black people and Spanish people had such a close relationship, well, then please explain to me why there aren't more American black people that live in New York that know how to speak Spanish. Other than un poquito, yo te quiero, little shit that they need to kick it to a girl and shit like that. Like, why niggas don't know Spanish? And how come Spanish is not brought up in hip hop? How come Crazy Legs and them didn't name it the Boricua Breakers? Why did they name it Rock Steady Crew?
Oh, Lordy.
I'll tell you why, because that was a popular break beat amongst black people at that time. And that shit sound hard, like some shit black people would say, rock steady. You easily could have named it the Boricua Breakers. No, my comprehension isn't off. KRS said they was there from the beginning.
That's boss, my man. Real boss.
Hey, let me dust you off there. Then you'll be cleaned in a boy's house.
Why not? I'm as free as the breeze, and I do as I please. Besides, don't take nothing but a little money. Here you go, baby.
Well, Lovey, you're a scholar and a gentleman.
Thank you. Say, sweet meat. Well, now, I don't mean to be dipping into y'all's business, but
Again, I keep telling y'all, stop playing with me. Now, who would have got influence from that rap right there? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Who got influence from that? What song was influenced by that rap right there? And as you see, that is 73. So which means the movie probably was made in 70 fucking 2. But I'm going to help you guys out because y'all be slow. Remember the song, Here We Go, Here We Go, Here We Go. I'm the record breaker and the record shaker. And it go a little something like this. See, y'all gonna stop playing with me, right? But I'm gonna let this play out. I'm gonna bring it back a little bit. You gonna tell me who influenced rap? Are you crazy? And you gonna tell me I don't know what I'm saying?
I said fun loving, the cherry picker, the city slicker, and the titty wicker. I ain't giving up nothing but bubble gum and hard time, and I'm fresh out of bubble gum. Oh, I'm the man who walked the water and tied the whale's tail in a knot. I taught the fish how to swim, crossed the burning sand, and shook the devil's hand. I rolled around the world on a snail carrying a sack that said, airmail. I walked 49 miles of barbed wire, and I use a cobra snake for a necktie. Yes, I'm hip. The women pimp. Women fight for my delight. I am a bad dude. Johnny Ripsaw, the devil's son-in-law. I gave a highway patrolman.
Again, point of reference, and you're right too. I wasn't saying you was incorrect. I was just saying Run DMC also. So you hear Run DMC in this, that means Grandmaster Cash saw this, right? That means Run DMC saw this. This would be another point of reference, right? I didn't even get to Jill Haran Scott, right? We didn't even get to him. We didn't even get to Oscar Brown Jr., right? We didn't get to him neither. But stop playing. Again, we have a point of reference. They don't have a point of reference. We had that style already. Now I'm gonna get back to Lord Jamar, but you heard pieces of Run DMC. You heard pieces of the Sugar Hill Gang. That cat is slick. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Shoot. And again, it may not. That's why I say they keep saying the word New York. No, baby. Our roots was everywhere. Right? Only thing we would have did, we took what he said and put some fucking music to it. Right? And if you hear the beginning of here we go, right? And the way they said it in the beginning with the song Run DMC, I'm the record breaker and the record breaker. And it go a little something like this. Then you heard some of DJ Cass, right? Remember, this is 73. Again, keep giving you points of references where you can see it. The Hispanics and Jamaicans don't have a point of reference. What would be their point of reference to how hip hop came about when we were already doing it? The difference is we took, like he said, what was going on in our communities and we made it about the streets. But the style came from our forefathers, right? Our styles came from our movies that we watched. Our styles came from our aunts and uncles or whatever. We already had the style, and they have nothing specifically just to do with New York. We all watched the movies. We all watched it. Even the gospel singers, they was sitting up there rapping. We could point a reference all day, but I picked that lady, Sylvia Robinson, so you could see who came out of her. And I picked this particular song so you can hear some of the rappers took on that style. I didn't. Did you see a cocaine? Did you see Did you see Hispanic in that barbershop? My man, we always had that pimpology. That's how they talk. Smooth. I know I'm gonna get another copyright strike from that, but hopefully I can just take them off, but they're gonna hit my ass up certain good. But I got to get this information out, right? I have to get the information out so we don't have to argue with people, right? If they say it came, ask them to show you some of their point of references, right? Some of their point of references. Now, I done talked enough, so I'm going to drop the link right now, right? So I do want to hear from you guys also, right? I want to hear from you guys. Oh, it was a part of culture. It was our culture. Exactly. Exactly. It was our culture. People probably forgot. See, this is why they don't want us to speak. Because us people in my age bracket, I don't even care if you're not even from New York. People from our age brackets could find more points of references. We can find more. It may be a movie you guys remember. It may be certain things you may remember that was put into it. I the only one who saw this movie. A lot of people forgot. I don't forget nothing. Hey, baby. You're on mute.
Hey, how are you? No, I wasn't on mute. I just like when I'm on my iPad, I have to make sure that I go off of the YouTube and just stay in StreamYard. Otherwise, it's gonna be doubling. Excuse me. How are you?
Girl, I was so I'm still tired, but I had to just get on because I
Mhm.
just wanted to point out different things that other people wasn't pointing out.
Yeah,
Because
these are some good.
it's a lot of videos that's been
Hmm.
done, but they didn't come with no point of references. They didn't come with, things that people totally forgot about.
Well, you bringing the receipts and you schooling us and taking us back all at the same time. So we appreciate this, cause baby, this some good soul music. Okay.
Mm. And if you do hear the Rapper's Delight, you hear part of that song. And if you hear Here We Go, you'll hear part of that song. I mean, part of the song, part of
Mm,
what the man is saying. He was
yeah.
smoking.
Right.
Now,
Right.
tell me that's not hip hop.
It definitely is hip hop.
So that comes from our people, right?
Yeah.
We always had that. We always had it.
It
We
was
all,
the lingo, what they call
Mhm.
Ebonics now.
Right,
It was the lingo
right.
then.
Exactly. What we call hip hop was really a lingo. I like the way you said that. And yeah, exactly. hmm My allergies is like, please, Lord, give me a break.
I
I
know.
I have one good day, 2 good days, and here we go. I'm smelling nothing but grass and shit. I'm like, ah. But yeah. So I wanted to just bring some of that in, especially what he was saying. I'm like, of course, you know, I you have to. Like I said, we can go all day. Y'all can't go all day with me. Talking about the people who claim
Right.
that they had 50% to do with it. Let's go. Then let's go. Let's talk about it. Because everybody you
Well,
name,
about to bring you.
a black woman put them on. So
Hmm.
you ain't want to say that part neither, right? A lot of people like to forget about her, but you will not have your greats without her. Well, you wouldn't have it.
No.
Mm-mm. No, one of the best songs ever. The message that's Civil Robinson, right? The whole matter of fact, every time we hear the ding, 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 Apache, a jump out there, that would be Civil Robinson, right? That would be Civil Robinson. But they like to take her out, and then on top of that, we had the movies. And why was that in the movie? Because that's how we talked. That's hip hop.
Yep.
Why? Because I heard 3 different songs. I can't name one, but we heard some of that lingo in Run DMC song, which means Run DMC had to see this because they put it the same way he said it, right? And then we know that DJ Cass or whoever wrote Rappers Delight, we heard that too. So they had to see this.
Yeah, they did.
Even though them songs came out later, they had to see this, right? So that's another point of
Hmm.
reference. I
Those
don't
exact
care.
words. The music.
Right. So again, they was like, oh no, the 5 elements, nigga, we don't care about you drawing on no damn wall. And then the dancing. I'm like, what? When was black folks not dancing? I'll wait.
Exactly. Exactly.
We needed you for what?
Man.
For what?
Right.
When wasn't we doing the jigaboo and
We
the
don't need
shake and the
you to
even
dance.
though right? So even if we was gonna pop anyway because the break beats made you. We always went to whatever music was playing. Our body went to the beat. So
Yep.
you pop lock. No, they did. Okay, so we didn't spin on our head. Well, shit, maybe we didn't. You wasn't the first person spinning on your head and take. We've been doing that. When wasn't black folks not dancing?
And I wouldn't
Not
be considered like a dancer like that, but I know how to dance because I move to the beat of the music. The beat tells
Mhm.
me, the music tells me how to move my body. I don't go
Right,
on trendy dances. I've never have. I move to
right.
that
But
music and let it take me away.
I mean, not to say that they wasn't always dancing, but you wasn't always dancing like that, right? You was doing some back and forth. That was the dance you was doing. Your steps
Right.
wasn't even going to our music. You had to learn our music to go along with the steps because your
Mhm.
rhythm, your rhythm was opposite to our rhythm. Two different things. Right? Two different things. So if you take your dancing back, right, and spraying up on the walls and shit, right, which we already had a point of reference that we was doing that. They have always tagged a wall or something. So that's really, and he said it right. That's really not
Mhm.
an element. And we
No.
brought that in, then take it back. And guess what? If it was so much an element, as you guys say, when they cleaned up New York and they cleaned up all them trains and you couldn't ride on the trains no more, do we still get hit? Do we still have hip hop? I'll
Yeah.
wait.
Yes.
I'll wait. I'll
Yes.
wait.
And yes.
We ain't spinning on our head no more. Do we still got hip hop? I'll wait.
Absolutely.
Maybe we,
Because it evolved.
but we still have it though, right? So that
Yes.
means, but the cure element is not away, right? The music
No.
or the
No.
producer
The
and the
the meat
rapping,
never
that's
go
still
away.
right. That's still around, even though we're doing it different. But they still got the microphone, right? You
Mm-hmm.
might not like what they're rapping, but they still rapping, and
Yeah.
they either got a DJ or they got a produced song. So
Mhm.
obviously, them are the main elements, right? Them are the main elements.
Right.
You're not gonna take 50% for writing on no damn wall and stuff like that. When we was already,
Hell,
everybody wrote on the fucking wall. We started off in our house to write on
right.
mama walls, right? We took them crayons and shit. We
Who
took them
are on my damn
crayons.
wall? Stop
We
right.
all
What?
wrote
Give me
on walls. Damn it.
all the
Are
crayons right now.
right? You discovered writing on walls. We all did that. But I'm glad that Lord Jamar speaking up. I think he done had enough from, you know. Remember, he brought Valid DJ Vlad
Hmm.
TV back to life.
Yeah.
He got
Jackie said they
disrespected.
don't woke up the beats messing with him.
Uh huh. Uh huh. And even Grand Pooba was out before him when the Grand Pooba was with
Hmm.
Master Ceremonies, right?
Yeah.
Master Ceremony. Now, because of Buster and KRS-1, you could tell that the Puerto Ricans didn't influence it because Brooklyn had, again, majority of the Caribbean people. That's why when they started doing the hip hop, they had the Caribbean spin in it because Caribbeans was around them. Jamaicans was right there, Trinity's right there. So they're surrounded. So that's why in the Bronx, but see, that would be the only difference that the Caribbean people, the Jamaicans, have over the Hispanics.
Right.
Their influence wasn't hot songs. They didn't like you can hear even when Grand Pooba did So Sexy, you hear the Jamaican influence, even though hip hop is already here. But I would give them, they still contributed more than the Puerto Ricans because Brooklyn had a bigger mouth, as you know, right?
Right.
And Even though he's in the Bronx, he's still remembering the Jamaicans from Brooklyn. That's why KRS-One have it in his songs. You don't have, but you don't have Spanish people music in our songs. But
No.
you do have a Jamaican influence in our music.
Yep.
You do see songs from back then with Shabba Ranks. You do see songs
Absolutely.
with excuse me, with Super Cat.
Bless you.
You do see songs with Jamaican artists. So they have contribute more to hip hop. Cause see, if you take away them, the whole song goes away. Like if we take away them, nothing
Mhm.
goes away.
Yeah, and
Nothing goes
he
away.
has always incorporated Jamaican songs into his music too when he was you know, singing and rapping.
Who?
Heavy D.
Yeah, because again, his family he got Jamaican in
Right.
his family.
Right. Right.
But
Right.
the reason why they let it in, because remember, it was already in.
Yeah.
Because again, Shava and them kicked the door down, right? And then you're in
Boom.
Brooklyn. Right now, maybe the Bronx wouldn't understand this because a lot of the Caribbean people didn't settle there. They settled in Brooklyn. We got them all, right? We got them all. It's
Right.
like Puerto Ricans was their neighbors. The Jamaicans and Trinis and they was our neighbors, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we always jam together. See, it's a difference. It's a big difference, right? Because they used to, they have the clashes and stuff, right? So they sort of kind of we do sort of kind of mimic each other when, especially with the rap and stuff into the next one, even though they was doing it in Jamaica too, but we was doing it here, so it was easier for us to hey, okay, now you hit the mic, because see, they knew how to
Right.
do it. The Hispanic people did not. They knew how to catch the beat because guess what? We still all black, right? We still all black. So of course it was easy for them to catch the beat because we caught their beat, right? So that's the thing. That's how you could tell we all melanated because we knew how to jump right into it. That's why when they took our covers and stuff, they was able to cover the American songs. Hispanics didn't even do that. They didn't cover none of our songs.
Right.
If they did it was in Spanish, we'll never know, right? We wouldn't know. Not saying that they didn't, but we
No,
didn't
you
know.
wouldn't.
We wouldn't know. We didn't speak the language. You could have took our shit too. We wouldn't know. But you could tell as they was feeling it. And then again, the speakers is out, right? Even though they wasn't playing all of that, but it was a thing that we was able to connect. That's why you would hear a lot of Jamaicans influence in rap, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't start it. But I think that's what Busta Rhymes was trying to say. A lot of people, they like first or second generation from either Jamaica or whatever, depending on
Right.
what Caribbean island you come from, between Jamaica, Trinidad, and Guyana. Just like when uh Special Ed, remember, his family's from
Yes.
Jamaica too, but he was born here. So even with his music, as you can see, it wasn't influenced by Jamaica. He didn't have no Jamaican
Right.
in his music because
Mm-mm.
he ran them Brooklyn streets.
Mm-hmm.
So he was influenced by the
I
Black
got it made.
American culture, right? That was Black American culture he was influenced by. Even though his family, he's first generation America, the rest of them from Jamaica. So that means he the only one speaking one way. The rest of his family brothers got an accent, right? But
Mm-hmm.
it's still not put in his music because he was around the Black Americans. And I think that's what he got mad, but I think that's what you call it was saying too, but they got mad at him. Pete Rock. They was mad at Pete Rock, which
Oh,
would be Heavy
okay.
D's cousin,
Okay.
But that's where I guess
Did
that's
not know that they were cousins.
mhm. So that's where I think that's what they were talking about. That we could hear out, but we know it has nothing to do with you being part of the beginning. It was already here. But again, Brooklyn has a different story. That's why they don't want to let all the boroughs speak. Harlem had its own culture. Even though
Yes.
we all doing hip hop, but one thing we all agree with, it wasn't the Hispanics didn't have 50% of it because we would have heard it.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't hear that shit. When we heard hip hop, we knew it was black folks, right? We knew this.
Yep.
And then when everybody else heard it, you could tell what you hear when you heard it. Did you hear the ding, 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 ding? Or you heard
No.
American blacks? Key word, American blacks.
Mm-hmm.
You know what you sound like. You know what your people sound like. I don't care where you at. People understood the slang. We can't just have nothing. But let's continue on. They done got my man mad.
It's not true.
He said at one part in there, in his pop shop up to get beat down. That one little part he say fits everything that he's saying. I can't even think of my favorite little verse right there. That one point he said that part right there. Oh my God. I'm like, that shit is so fucking true. Right. But I recite it when I remember it. But that one little part was well, let's go.
True. Ruby D and Whip told you that. I said to them, I said, so it's at least 3 years till Puerto Ricans touch the soil of hip hop. Correct? He said, yes. Yes, I would say that's correct. So what did I do? Brainwash them? And it's funny, when I saw Crazy Legs out, he tried to act like Ruby D and Whip weren't media savvy. And that's why they said it. You hear how insulting that is, y'all? That somehow they weren't media savvy and that I am media savvy, and I guess I have media tricks that I use on people to get them to say whatever I want them to say.
I ain't gonna ask them shit.
Yeah, that's what Crazy Legs said. Cut the bullshit, y'all. Like, just cut it out, man. That's what I'm saying. Why was Spanish not injected into hip hop or Jamaican?
Jamaican was.
Why don't say Bumbaclot?
They did. They did though.
You don't do that.
In Brooklyn, they did though, right? He's stupid though. But I get what
Matter of fact,
say, but
Big Pun said Boricua, Morena, Boricua, Morena. He let you know. Big Pun. Come on, man. Why would we even have to say the first Puerto Ricans in hip hop? Why would that be a thing? If hip hop wasn't a black thing? Why would Whip and Prince Ruby D be the first Puerto Ricans in hip hop? Nobody says the first black people in hip hop. Nobody. Because it makes no sense. It makes no sense. Yes, rest in peace, Big Pun. What? Being there from the beginning is two different things, and you not processing. No, it's one thing. The fuck are you talking about? You see how the devil uses trick knowledge? Being from the beginning means being from the beginning. How is it going to mean two different things? How's it going to mean, well, yeah, it means creating it, but it also means something else that makes me feel good. Like, come on, Bree. It's facts over feelings. Can we please stop this? Can we please stop this? Can we please stop this? Like, exactly what is it that was created by Puerto Ricans? What Puerto Rican, and not just Puerto Ricans, Jamaicans too, or anybody outside of Black American youth, what exact thing was the influence that influenced young Black American youth that we started emulating and incorporating into hip hop? Please explain this to me. What was it exactly? Because none of y'all can seem to tell us what it is.
I'll wait. And please don't
say toasting.
Don't say
That's
dancing
bullshit.
and writing on no damn walls.
Jamaicans copied everything American fucking singers did. All the dub plates back in the fucking 80s were fucking remakes of American R&B songs.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
These people were damn near like a third world country in the 60s. You think they had better sound systems than us?
Yeah.
You think we got the sound system from Jamaica?
That'll be true.
Like, come on. Use your fucking brain. I know people have popularized certain things, and because it romanticized it for certain people, they ran with it. They happen to be of Jamaican lineage. Oh, shit, I'm in hip hop. I'm of Jamaican lineage. Shit, that works for me. You know what I mean? That's what happened. But that doesn't make it true. I'm sorry. And all of these people who are in hip hop, Puerto Rican and Jamaican alike, none of them would be able to do their native thing, okay, within hip hop and be popular. Again, you had to conform to what Black American youth were doing. The slangs, the way you dress, the way you move, all of that. So my brother, Pete Rock, had to sample American music. He couldn't come in sampling Jamaican music, or we wouldn't have fucked with him. As talented as Pete Rock was, he had to sample this soul shit, that James Brown shit. Okay? Like, nobody, no Puerto Rican rapper could come in straight up and just rap in Puerto Rican and win. Rap in Spanish and win. Not in no early hip hop. Now you could be Bad Bunny and be super blown up over there. But does anybody play Bad Bunny over here? Do we play Bad Bunny on American radio? I don't hear the shit.
Well, we don't. It's there
because he rhyme in Spanish.
Exactly.
And again,
we don't understand.
Don't fuck with that like
we
that.
We don't understand that.
You have to adapt to what we're doing as Black Americans. We don't adapt to what other people are doing. Y'all adapt to what we're doing. That's all we're saying. And it's okay. Is that racist to say that? I don't get it, man. I really don't get it. I really don't fucking.
It's a shame. And this is a trend that Black people always have to go through. We got to keep defending ourselves all the time for our own shit. And this has always been the trend, rock and roll, jazz, even down to country. We have to keep defending ourselves. And when we speak upon ourselves, then now we getting on people. No, we don't never right. Sit up there, right? If it was like the Puerto Rican parade, right? And then you got let's say we was having a hip hop party. Where they going first? To where their heritage is at, right? But if you part of hip hop, wouldn't you be at the hip hop party?
Yeah.
You ain't gonna miss the chance to be around your your culture, which is okay. It's okay, right? If Jamaicans they had a party, they damn sure ain't gonna leave their party and their customs and their people to be at the hip hop party.
Hell no.
But we gotta keep defending ourselves all the time, and then we look like the bad people, but we will not be Elvis the fuck again. Right? And again, we're in
No.
2024. Where is this mess coming from? Like, why you didn't say this shit 50 fucking years ago? If what you're saying is so fucking true, why didn't we have this conversation 50 fucking years ago?
Exactly.
You wait 50 years later to say this shit? Like, and you want to give us pointers for what? If the you was there, we would know. Everybody would know.
Mm-hmm.
It's don't take a rocket scientist. This is ridiculous. Instead of everybody talking about hip hop and then saying what part they did, that is fine. That would be fine. That would even go for the Caucasians, right? Because Run DMC was hot as
Yeah.
hell.
Mm-hmm.
But the Beastie Boys brought in a whole different audience.
I met a little hussy named Paul Revere.
Oh my God. Right? The Beastie Boys, first they tried to sound like Run DMC, but then they went off. They
Yeah.
brought in a whole entire, see, the Hispanics did not bring in a whole different audience. Right? Most of them did not in them days, not all of them did not speak English.
Once
Look
the
at
Beastie
the record
Boys
sales.
yeah.
Look at the record sales from the Beastie Boys compared to Run DMC.
Exactly.
Now, even if you want to speak upon the Caucasians, the guy, I forgot his name, who did the gas face, right? He even played a part
yeah.
with Nas. He even
You
played
get
a part. What you say?
It's not DJ Scratch. What's his name?
No,
Let
Everlasting.
me look it up. Hold
Everlasting,
on.
Everlasting something. We got to start with an E, right?
Mm-hmm.
But even who? He even played the part of bringing out. Remember, they came out too, and they bought out freaking Nas when they did that barbecue song and shit.
Third base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So again, stop playing with me. So everybody could say what part they played in it, but don't come claim it. Everybody can say and then in this year, then the Beastie Boys came out, because the Beastie Boys kicked the door open for y'all Caucasian. So the Hispanics didn't even kick the door open. You still tagging on us. Even though the Beastie Boys came through black people, remember that's still by they still was it Rush
Yeah.
whatever the record company is, but they still came under Russell Simmons, Def Jam, but they brought in a whole different. You got a right to fight, to party, right? But
then they have Brass Monkey.
That funky monkey, but even who? They brought in a whole different audience and spread it hip hop even more. You Hispanics didn't even spread it to where you at.
Shoot, even Aerosmith, when they did Rock This Way with Run DMC.
Well, Aerosmith didn't do that, but yeah, true. But let's not forget, they wasn't the first one. Kumo D was the first one to bring the rock sample into hip hop.
Right.
People forget that, and I even forgot the song. But again, Aerosmith was a way bigger group, but that was a sample. But not Kumo D, Run DMC is the first one. They was like they did the whole song. They just made a rap song, same words, and had them in the video. But even before Run DMC did that, right? They wasn't really. That still doesn't compete with the Beastie Boys. Cause Beastie Boys had their whole. Remember they
No.
you got that right? Yeah, they acting crazy, right?
Yeah, in the mosh pits and the grunge.
Right. So even though they did that song and they have it, oh God, my allergies is killing me. But it still made it good for hip hop. That made it brought them back to life, and then more people liked it. Now we had Third Base, but they didn't bring in such a big crowd like the Beastie Boys, but at least but they still participated in it, because who wasn't going around saying you got the gas face, the gas face? Every time
I
you got
still
the
say,
gas, right?
hey,
Everybody used to say gas face, right? So that stuck,
yep.
right? And we still had others. But why we can't just have that conversation about hip hop? But that's playing a part. Like you said, that's participation. But you went too far saying creation. Because at least even when Third Base came out, they still emulated Run DMC. Even when Kid Rock came out, right? The first song that he sung, who did he take that one bar? Who did he take that bar from that made it? We forgot who said it first, but when he said it, that shit spread it right all over. Everybody think Kid Rock came out with that, but that was really somebody else. I ain't gonna tell you yet, because y'all gonna have to name it, right? They're gonna have to name it. And I got to name that song and where he got that thing from. I'm not even gonna tell you what it said, right? See, I keep telling people that's why they don't want to talk to all of us, because it's a bunch of different things that will connect to why we all know it's Black heritage, because we in different boroughs doing different things. So we connected to it. We all was doing it just in different ways. That's all we had to do, right? We had nothing else to do, right? But we found something to do, right? They came following us. Like I said, everybody had a point of reference. So Spanish people who's claiming it was 50-50, acting like they don't have a point of reference. How do we have a point of reference? And we're Black, right? And we're Black, and we got a point of reference. But you guys don't have a point of reference? All you're telling us is what you did. Where did you get it from? Did you forget what crazy? What crazy? Who is your point of reference? They wasn't dancing like that. So what made you dance like that? What salsa song made you dance like that? So how was all of y'all went from salsa, merengue, or whatever, even if you're Dominican? Show me where your music, the music that y'all was doing in hip hop, show me where you guys was doing that to Spanish music. I will wait. I will fucking wait. So we got a point of reference, but you guys don't. Fuck out of here. Even Third Base got a point of reference. Kid Rock has a point of reference. Eminem got a point of reference. And whomever else is Caucasian has a point of reference. Even we got a point of reference, but you guys don't.
Right.
I gave y'all two important point of references. I gave you the lady who was who's born in the 40s. I don't know when she's born, but came out in the late 40s. The song came out in the 50s. She heard black boys out there rapping and wanted to bring them in. So if there was 50% of them there, then where the fuck are you when she brought you in? Well, where you at?
Mm-hmm.
She know who she heard.
Where are your fingerprints in this?
Yeah. And I don't know why people didn't bring up the mother of hip hop. They like to take women out of everything. But if she didn't give them that shine, right? She didn't give them that shine, you wouldn't have they fucking asses. She knew how the business worked, even though she did shady business, as they say, but she still knew how the business worked. She knew how to get that distributor. She knew how to get them records out, which we did not know yet. So we needed somebody who was in the business before. She knew how to talk to people like, hey, I got this axe right here. That was a lot of business right there. She had to know people to even do that.
Mm-hmm.
She had to talk that talk. This is the same lady who made that song and still part of hip hop. She's still part of hip hop.
She had to know how to move in the business.
Right. And then even when they was doing the songs and beats, she would be their point of reference. Because we wasn't making original beats.
Nope.
So she already know how to take a cover song and change. They did it in her days.
She had an ear for it because she like you just said, they did it in her days.
They always robbed. She robbed them too, but they always robbed. She taught them how to rob people too, right? Allegedly, all this is alleged, right? Shoot. But everybody got a point of reference, but them. My. I'm not gonna have to argue. We don't have to argue with these people. We don't have to hear but. Now, we ain't gotta hear all this shit. We ain't care about your. We was dancing any damn way. How in the world we already dancing, like I said, in different boroughs, right? We don't even see what the fuck you're doing over there. Like, unless you travel to different boroughs. We don't even see you spinning on your head. Why are we dancing too? Why our body was moving it? Shit, we threw, and then depending on which borough, you throwing your own steps.
Yeah.
You went to the beat the way you wanted to go to the beat. It's just that when like they started doing the movies and stuff, it looked really good, right? But we wasn't doing that shit, right?
Right.
Some was trying, but it wasn't such a biggie. But if you're doing a movie, it looks good to see the trains graffitied up and shit. But it's not an element. We didn't need it. You didn't need to see people writing on wall, but it looks good if you're doing a movie, right? It looks good to see them dancing and doing all the pop locking and then spinning on the. They used to take the little cardboard because you could spin on it on your head and with the hat. It looks good. We was already doing that type of dance anyway, but it looks good in the movie. So when they was performing, yeah, it looks good, but we didn't need it. You can take it back. Matter of fact, a lot of people don't even remember you guys, right? They don't remember Beat Street. They don't remember Wild Style, right? So they don't remember your ass dancing anyway.
We remember Crush Groove.
Even Crush Groove. But I don't know Crush Groove. Oh, I every time I think of Crush Groove, two of my fat boys done passed away.
I
But
know.
my famous part of Eddie's song is "Oh Hungry, Oh Hungry." Oh, that's my favorite part. That's my favorite part. Oh, hungry, oh, hungry. Oh my! They tore that restaurant up, boy. Even ate the pictures.
They sure did.
Right, and again, they don't even bring in the beat, the human beatbox. And we had Biz, we had Dougie, and we had
Yeah.
Buffy,
Yeah.
and we had Buffy. Brooklyn
And even in the show,
again,
uh
again, and
Dougie Fresh would
again,
be like, I'm not the human beatbox, I'm the entertainer.
and remember, Dougie was doing it in Manhattan. That's why they're trying to see who did it first. But again, it's really hard to
Right.
prove that, right? That remember, Buffy was doing it in Brooklyn,
Right.
and Biz was doing it wherever he was doing it, right? Wherever
Mhm.
between Brooklyn and
You got
Long
faith.
Island, right? And again, you guys don't hear none of that because it ain't get to y'all yet. This is done before records. This is what we was doing outside, right? Time y'all got to hear it. Again, that would be from Dougie Fresh, but no, because all of them was doing it. But that's something what we did anyway. So by the time you guys get to hear it, it's not new to us because we outside. Somebody had just to make the beat. So that was normal. So by the time you guys get to hear it, it's already been done. It's just now it's on the record. But again, y'all didn't even know that existed. We knew it existed because we ain't had no music outside. So somebody had to make the sound so the person could rap. So by the time you even heard it or whatever, and I remember too, it's another one. Will Smith had one that was doing the beatbox. People forget that too. I forgot the
Right.
name. I forgot the name. But Will Smith had a DJ from, and I don't know if he's from Philly or not, but he bought
Jazzy
his one.
Jeff.
No, Jazzy Jeff is the DJ. He had one that did the human bebop. I tell you, don't play with me of my history. Wish I could show that too, but no, I ain't gonna do all that. Right? So Will Smith even say, "Hey, I'm gonna find a guy to do that too." Wow. So he found a guy that did. He was really good, really good. Right? But I would take that element way before I take the damn element of somebody spraying on a goddamn wall, right? At least that we can move to that. We didn't have
Right.
to look at you writing on damn trains and walls.
How we gonna move to that?
I know, right? But boy, that's an element. And we did that. Please go. The walls are clean now. So your element is gone. It's gone. It's no needed.
Mm-hmm.
And I think even Dougie first brought that up. Like, how do you not make beatboxing an element when everybody had to beatbox? He's absolutely correct. Even when Kid play. Again, number all, that's not changed at all. I really had a ball, but salt and pepper. Like I said, even before them, we got it. People don't like to give Angie Stone her props because remember, by the time people really get to know her, she's already neo soul.
Right, but she had a group way before then. A couple.
Sequence,
Mm-hmm.
sequence under Sylvia Robinson. She started out as a hip hop artist, one of the first women, because you had the girl from Fuck Your 4+1. They don't even give her props. So I'm supposed to give
No.
y'all. I'm supposed to give y'all props before I give her props. They'll talk about the Latifahs and everybody else, even Shyrock. Shyrock will be the +1, but y'all don't talk about Angie. But again, she went to Neo Soul, and they forgot about that part. But give her props too, right? I mean, and it's crazy because there's so many people in the beginning of hip hop, and that could be anywhere. A lot of people did it. Just everybody just didn't make it, right? They didn't make it. They just remember it was all done for fun. It wasn't done about making money. They didn't know they was gonna, they didn't know Silver Robinson was gonna come along.
Right.
They didn't know this one was going to come along and say, hey, we can make money off this. It was just done just because we was kids. There's nothing else to do, right? So we just said, fuck it, right? And again, hip hop wouldn't be the first people who did it because they was already doing it with doo-wop.
Standing under the light poles.
Right. People don't correlate. They don't correlate to both of that. How I know? I didn't hear it yet. That's why I'm bringing y'all different takes of little things people may have forgotten. But they were sitting up there using their mouths too for the backup people. And they will be singing the next, same thing like hip hop, this block against that block.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't know from the streets that they were going to be making records. And then it got to the point that got robbed, right? Then the Caucasians started doing doo-wop.
Mm-hmm.
They took that shit too. So put it up and down. Give him some crack. Give him some crack. She can go to sleep. I'm not holding him. Give him some cat crack. Think we calm and whatever. Sick of him. He done got too damn clingy, and maybe because he's getting old. I don't know. He's too clingy. Can't breathe. God damn. He used to hide and you didn't see him. Now he gonna lay on you all day, just be chillaxing. And I can't move because he's sleeping. And then once I move, he gives you the attitude. And I got the P cat, damn it. Shit.
I know, like they don't know how much we inconvenience ourselves for the sake of them. Be having to pee and everything, but don't want to move because they gonna move and we gonna disturb their peace.
Can understand how y'all feel like this is some attack upon you when really you're attacking us.
Mm-hmm.
When really I'm feeling attacked right now over my own shit.
I
Let
know,
this
right?
be a lesson to us, people. And see, what's crazy is the next time we create some shit, if we decide, you know what, don't let nobody in other than black people, what are they going to say? Oh, that's a racist thing they're doing right there.
With music, you can't.
They're being racist.
You can't stop.
No, we're trying to protect our shit because last time we made some shit, y'all motherfuckers want to lay your hands all over it and lay claim to it. So now we're trying to make sure that nobody can lay claim to this new shit that we created.
Nah.
So we just kept everybody out.
Then you ain't making no money.
That would sound racist, huh?
We put money in everybody's pocket.
Listen,
and we
man.
got to go through this bullshit.
I ain't trying to be all here all night with this shit, but I knew I had to address this shit because I'm just tired of seeing these comments in my fucking page. People I know fucking coming on my page and they fucking butthurt because they happen to be power rule and this is not falling, within the lines of what their heart feels good about. I'm sorry. Pardon me. No, I'm not sorry, but pardon me. You know what I mean? Pardon me. But sometimes you got to break a few eggs when you're making an omelet. You know what I mean? Like I can't.
Truth.
You know what I mean? Who's worried about us?
Nope.
Who's worried about
It's a $1 trillion
us?
business.
Nobody worries about our
They ain't
feelings.
worrying about us.
But we got to, again, now worry about everybody else's fucking feelings, man. And that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they're trying to colonize our culture. First of all, this is what I want to say also. You're not Spanish. You're not Latino. Okay? You're Spanish speaking. Okay? You're not Latin. You don't speak Latin. Okay? Let's do it all this Latino shit. Like, stop it. I'm not English. I'm not an Englishman, but I speak English. So again, if you feel that we're really one, like, who's causing the division here? We're saying, come on in the whole black family. You know what I mean? You want to be part of this black family? Come on in with us. Y'all saying, yeah, we want to be in, but we want to be recognized as something separate. Come on, y'all. You can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. You just can't do it, people. So you can boo-hoo and cry and fucking, Lord Jamar is a meanie. He's why is he doing this? Why is he hating on us? I'm not hating on you, bro. I'm not hating on you, sis. I'm not hating on you. I told you numerous times, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Even if you're angry with me right now, I'm confident that my love, you'll get over it. Because I give off more love than you could possibly say that it's hate. There was no hate against the white boy and all this type of shit. Nobody was hating. Just standing on my square. That's all. Standing on my square of truth.
I never had it.
You know what I mean?
I don't know.
And if that's hate, if that's falling from grace and all this type of shit, well, then so be it. You know what I mean? Then I'll just continue to fall. But I'm always tell the truth. I'm always stand on the truth. I'm going to always not be scared to tell the truth. Deal with it. Oh, hang on. You know, I don't even fuck with this. Now, I don't know who Ronald Wilson Jr. is. See, I don't fuck with this thing so much that yeah, I was almost gonna say maybe if somebody wants to join the live, I will talk to somebody. Whether you agree or disagree. Let's see. John Quizell. This guy sounds like he could be. Hang on, let's go with the God first. Hang on, sincere love. Pick up and roll up another L. He said, peace, God. I'm an old school LG dude. Peace.
Peace to the God.
How you sincere?
I'm great. I'm great, God. Listen, I appreciate you standing on truth, standing on business. You know, I went to go see the film when it came out, microphone check.
Mm-hmm. I was out of town, so I couldn't see it then. But the good brother Tariq Nasheed did send me the Blu-ray. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I got it.
I just got mine too. Shout out to my sister, Nicey Girl. She's in the chat. She went by the Hidden History Museum out there and got me a copy. Okay. But yeah, man, we've been dealing with this for the last couple years now, man. I've been putting out a lot of content, straightening out the record. And it's like you saying right here on the live, man, that the truth is the truth. People gonna have to deal with. If you got a problem with the truth, to me, it's based on a anti-Black American sentiment that you have. There's no other reason why you would have a problem saying, because when you listen to, Whip and all the guys you had on your show, Charlie Chase and all the guys who were the original Puerto Ricans who was down, they have no problem saying, no, we got it from the brothers. It was a few of us Puerto Ricans that came around. We learned from them. We got behind the wheels and still we got on the mic. We started breakdancing, whatever, but we learned it from the Black American brothers that was there in the Bronx. Anybody got a problem with saying that? It's because they have a anti-Black American mindset. You know what I'm saying?
I totally agree. That's what I'm saying. They hate the fact that something they adore so much was created by people they look down upon.
Exactly.
People that their mothers and older brothers and sisters would be like, you fuck with those fucking morenos. They're fucking whatever they say culturally about Black people. They didn't feel good about that, having to go home every day trying to justify that part of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So now it's like, if there's a way that they could kind of, well, it's not exactly made by, you know, fully by those people that we look down on. You know, we made it too, ma.
Right.
Like
Right.
you can be happy with it, ma.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, because Puerto Ricans made the shit too.
Mm-hmm.
I just found out.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? like it's that type of shit. And it's
Right.
like, no, ma, your son loves some nigga shit. Okay?
Right.
Like, straight the fuck up. Black and Puerto Rican relations were not as good as some people are trying to paint it out to be here in New York. Like, there were some neighborhoods you just couldn't go in.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But yes, Black and Puerto Ricans did fuck with each other. Why? Because poverty forced it upon us.
Proximity.
And right, because of poverty.
Right.
You know what I mean? So now, but I believe when the Puerto Ricans first got here, they thought because of their hair and texture, and some of them are lighter, that they were going to be treated more as white people. That first generation believed that.
Right.
It was that next generation, which ended up coming up during the hip hop times, that realized, man, they treating us just like these niggas that we watching in these park cams and all this type of shit. Like, we might as well fuck with them. I don't care how straight my hair is compared to theirs. They treating us like niggas. We might as well fuck with the niggas. And that's what ended up happening. And that generation of Puerto Ricans is the ones that became our brothers and sisters, and that we was fucking with. And some of them have joined the 5% Nation and all of that. And they're fucking, and when they say their lessons, they say, who is the original man? The Asiatic Black man. They didn't say it was Puerto Rican man.
Right.
You have Power Root brothers saying the original man is the black man.
Right.
So what are we talking about here? And who brought that to us? Who brought that to us? A foundational Black American by the name of Clarence 13X Smith, the father of law, who was from Danville, Virginia.
Right.
The same way we brought the soul music up from the South and brought it here to the New York City area. And then the kids from the civil rights era, who lived in this area, who had a certain attitude, took that shit and created hip hop.
That is so true.
Were the Puerto Ricans there early? Absolutely. But did they create it? Were they the ones that conceived it?
Right.
And put it into motion?
Does it come from their culture?
And what
does it come from their culture?
And was it their culture that influenced it?
Right.
To whatever direction it went.
Right.
And unfortunately, and not just Puerto Ricans, I don't want to gang up on Puerto Ricans, Jamaicans too, or anybody else that comes in and tries to lay claim to this. Nobody else's culture influenced this hip hop culture other than Black American youth culture. Because if somebody said Black American adults influenced this, you know, I would say, well, maybe through the records that we played, you know what I mean? But they wasn't fucking with our sensibilities and shit like that. The music was too loud, or, you know, we need to tie our sneakers and all of this shit that they wasn't fucking with, the adults wasn't fucking with. So I'm excluding Black American adults even. You see what I'm saying? It was specifically Black American youth that created this hip hop shit.
And I think that's where, for some people, it gets confusing. Some of the non-FBA people, it gets confusing to them. Some of these guys like the Pete Rocks and the Fat Joes, these guys know they're lying. I'm not talking about them. They know that they're lying. But like you were just explaining, the ones that were born here, that grew up with us, for them, it could be a little bit confusing because what happened with them is they're surrounded by our culture. The only time they experience their own culture is inside
Hey,
their apartment.
Jerry.
Yep.
So their own culture becomes alien to them because it's not reinforced when they walk out their door. So from
when they go to
childhood,
school,
right?
Everybody's speaking in English, and then when they go home, they're like, a lot of times they was almost embarrassed that their mother speaking Spanish and all of this type of shit. Like, man, like.
And we cracked jokes on them. It was an insult to say you was dressed like a Puerto Rican or a Jamaican. That was an insult.
That was an insult.
You know what I'm saying? Right.
That was and Kool Herc said it. He said, "Man, I had my cowboy boots on. They used to call them shits roach stompers and shit like that."
And even that is Black American influence when you think about that they was wearing cowboy boots and all of that because back in Jamaica they was influenced by American television and all of that.
Yep.
Right.
American Westerns.
Right. Right. But
this whole conversation, I don't even know why it's a thing. I don't know why, other than to me, it speaks to the hatred of original Black people. You know what I mean?
It's the colonization, man. Y'all broke it down perfectly in the movie. Now that it's a positive, everybody wants to lay claim to it. When it was a negative thing,
nobody was.
It was just us. You know what I'm saying?
It was
saying? But let me ask you this before I hop off of here, because I was just curious to know: is Grand Pooba Jamaican?
No,
he's the FBA.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Some people in the comment section was saying otherwise, and I wasn't sure. I couldn't find that to substantiate it, so I just wanted to add.
Yeah, nah, he's it's people. Dixon, come on, his last name is Dixon.
Gotcha. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But continue to build. Some other people might want to hop on. I appreciate you, Lord.
No doubt.
All right, peace to God.
Peace. All right. That was fun. That was good. I'm gonna bring on. Let's see, John Quality or Johnny Quizell. Sound like he might be Power Rule. Let's see if you can understand.
Lord Jamar,
what's up, man?
Salute, my brother.
How are you?
Doing great, man. How about yourself?
I'm great, man.
All right, yo, I'm a big ass fan, bro. Real big. Brand new being all the way.
Thank you, man.
My pleasure, bro. And I got to meet Pooba. I got to meet Sadat X, and I finally got to meet you. I watched all your Vlad interviews. I'm a brand new being fan like a motherfucker, bro.
I appreciate you. Where you from, man?
I'm from Connecticut originally, but I'm living in Florida.
Okay.
Yeah.
What part of Florida?
I'm over in Coral Springs, Fort Lauderdale area, Broward.
And what part of Connecticut did you grow up in?
I was born in New Milford, lived in Bridgeport, lived in Danbury, and I also lived in the Bronx in the projects.
Okay. And how old are you, sir?
47 years old.
Okay. So what's your experience? What's your earliest experience with hip hop?
When I was 5 years old, Run DMC on MTV is what exposed me to rap. My father used to beat the shit out of me. You know what I mean? Got away from that shit real quick.
Oh shit! Look at that. He got a cassette tape. God damn.
Yes, sir. Hell yeah, bro. I'm a hip hop fan, bro, like a motherfucker.
Well, I appreciate you, man. We having this little conversation. I don't think you have a dog in the fight, so it's all good. But
it's all good. I respect your opinion, and I back you up 100%, man.
Thank you, man. Like, you know what I mean? You know, you can love some shit and not have to feel like you created it, right?
Word, exactly, bro. Exactly, man. I'm glad to be accepted because I spit too. I rhyme. I just did a song with Sadat X.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, we did it. We called Joint Chiefs, and Elder Sensei gonna jump on it in a minute.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Do you think?
That's what's up. And I did something with Prince Poe. I'm not famous. I don't give a fuck about the fame. I care about getting the respect for my craft from gentlemen like you, Sadat. What really told me I made it is when Diamond D listened to my shit and gave me props. And
that's what's up.
You know what I mean? And when he invited me to the Dime Piece Volume 1 listening party down in Miami, I went down there, met him, hung out with him. I became good friends with Hakeem Green of Channel Live.
I know Hakeem.
Yeah, he's a good brother. He lived down here.
Oh yeah, that's right. He does. He does.
Yeah. I can't tell you where, but
yeah, I wouldn't.
exactly.
Anyway, listen. I want to continue this conversation we're having, so I'm gonna bring some other people on. But thanks for chiming in, man.
Hey, my pleasure, brother. Flowers, respect, one love.
Peace.
Peace.
Oh, no. Okay, there we go. Who else we got in the house? Who else we got in the house? Dwayne The Rock. Don't do it. Don't do it, Dwayne. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yo.
Oh.
Hey, I'm not gonna do it. Since you told me don't
do it. He's mad at me anyway.
He is.
I mean, he's gonna be mad because I said.
Hey, I don't know. I can't even see you. It went black.
It went black?
I can't even see you.
I see you. I see me.
Oh, that shit went black. Hold on.
Maybe you did something. I don't know.
No, I can't see you. Hold on, let me see something. Yo, what's up, bro?
Good.
I can't see you, but oh well. I'm not gonna do it because if I do it, you know what's gonna happen. You're gonna get a call.
Well, it's not me doing
it.
Hey,
I know, but you're gonna get a call from. It's either gonna be one or the other.
Oh shit! How are you, super producer Dwayne The Rock in the house? What's good, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I can't complain. Just wrapped up that my show, like TV show I got with Dougie Fresh on TV1.
Okay, dope. What's it called?
Right now, well, we had a name called Collab, but we got to go through some different names right now. But it's airing in January.
You know that's my birthday twin, right?
Dougie Fresh?
Yeah. He's one of them.
What?
Yeah, I got a few birthday twins, man. September 17th, man.
That's the day after my mom's, man. My mom's the 16th. That's what's up. That's why we vibe.
Special, you know what I mean?
Wow, that 17 is that 8. That 8 is infinity. That 8 is the
knowledge, God, born, build, destroy. You heard?
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. So are you paying attention to this conversation?
Am I talking to Lord or is this conversation about Puerto or Rican? I need to know. The Temple of Hip Hop would like to know. Is it about Puerto or about Rican?
And who wants to know?
The Temple of the Temple of Hip Hop.
No, what people want to know?
Yo, hey, nah, but honestly though, the good thing is though, brother, what I do love. Oh, look at that. If I remember right, you produced KRS-1's Maximum Strength. Is that crazy, bro?
No, you like that, huh?
Yes, I am in the Museum of Hip Hop. Now, to be honest with you though, it's kind of like it's the topic, man, is real touchy. You know what I mean? Of course, this generation, our generation, thinks a little differently. But far as the older generation, yo, they didn't mess with a lot of people. Like even me, like I'm Cape Verdean. They just they like my grandmother's um um peers were all racist. They didn't mess with niggas. You know what I'm saying? So
And
at the end of the day,
could you come in hip hop and act all Cape Verdean?
no, I came in hip hop acting hip hop.
You see,
You know what I'm
because that's
saying?
what you
And
have
I
to do. And what does that mean? That means you had to come in and act like a Black American.
correct.
Period.
Correct. I had a shape.
Arguing
I
about
had a
you.
shape. But to be honest with you, I don't think it was actually coming in. It was you're being taught. You're being taught visually. You're being taught. It's an audio visual experience. Hip hop gives people an audio visual experience coming into it. Now, the thing is though, even with slang, dialect, you know, just style, all that. Like we are definitely, I say we as hip hop heads, as the collective, you know, we're responsible for a lot of people tapping in. The Europeans, the Japanese. I mean, I heard someone spit in Japanese, and I thought it was dope because his cadence was just really dope. I didn't know what the hell he was saying.
Black kids made some shit that went worldwide. Dope. And the first ones to get on it was the Puerto Ricans because they was right there.
Yep.
They was the first ones to participate. They was right. Ooh, they was right there. But
Peanuts, Cypress Hill, Spanish. This Latin, this Spanish people. Period. This, you know.
Come on, Be Real is my homie, but you know what I mean? Like that's a whole next. You know what I mean? Era. Peace, Daz. I see you.
So, are you elaborating off of like what KRS-1 said the other night?
Yeah. I didn't like it because and see and because it's dangerous because you know Chris is so respected and people will use they'll send this video. See, look what KRS said. Like that means you're wrong because KRS knows better than you. And at some point, somebody has to say, with all due respect, he's wrong. With all due respect, I love you, brother, but you're wrong. And somebody, you know what I mean? Niggas are scared to do that. But I'm not. He's wrong. So I went on the fucking shit and said bullshit. I went on the page and said bullshit to what he was saying. And then I said to someone, I said, with all due respect, he's wrong, regardless how official he sounds saying it. You can sound official as fuck and be wrong.
Yeah.
And see, he's been posturing a long time to put himself in this position. So, by having something like the Temple of Hip Hop, that makes it seem like, yo, well, I'm more official than you, nigga. I got a Temple of Hip Hop. What do you have? You see what I'm saying? I must be more smarter than you. Like, bro, I'm just standing on truth. You might know a whole bunch of shit more than me about metaphysics and all other kind of history and shit like that. But I know for a fact that what I'm talking about right here is truth. And the people who were there already said it. I don't even understand why we're even going through this. People who were there, Puerto Rican people who were there, have said it. The shit should be closed. Are they falling from grace? Are they the ones hating? Because they the ones that said it. Why am I the bad guy?
Well, you're gonna be the bad guy because you're not a regular dude. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, no disrespect, but you hold a lot of truth in just your position, just period. Like ever since I met you, man, you always been straight up. You know what I'm saying? Honest. And I think your honesty hurts a lot of people because people want to be lied to and feel like feed into the lies, like it's prefabricated. You know what I mean? Like,
All full of
like
fake.
you fake is
Honestly,
fakeness,
it's
and
shocking.
it's a high level of insecurity.
Right. And I'm not going to feed into your insecurity. You got to deal with that. I'm just going to tell the truth. And I'm going to let the chips fall where they may.
Hey,
I'm
that's
not
it.
going to say some shit because that makes you feel good. Because I know that that's in your heritage. Like, I'm half FBA, well, basically, if you go back a few generations, my father's side comes from Guyana. Although we've been here for generations, his side has been. But my mom's side is FBA fully. But that being said, shit, I could jump on the other side and be like, oh, some Guyanese were involved in this shit, and you know what I mean? Like, but no, I'm gonna tell the truth. Like, even if I didn't have a fight in this, even if I had no FBA in this, I still would tell the truth and be like, yo, Black American kids started this. I don't know what the fuck. It would be nice if we started it, but truth is the truth, man. And I don't understand why people can't see that.
Sometimes they got to feel it. Sometimes people can't see things. They got to feel things. So I just know with you is you're a purposeful person, and anybody who does pick a fight with you, they just need to be prepared for the debate. It's a real one. It's going to be a real one,
and be prepared to show and prove. Because I just gave evidence earlier, and people are still talking shit. Like they're still talking. I provided evidence, two Exhibit A and Exhibit B, of two different popular early Puerto Rican icons in the game who's backing up what I'm saying, and still you want to argue with me and act like I'm saying something wrong. It's crazy, bro.
But you know what's so crazy though? It's like you get Fat Joe, who pretty much salutes KRS-1. You know what I'm saying? Like salutes him for the simple fact that they're both from the same place. You know what I'm saying? And I just there's a lot of brotherhood
No,
there that
they're
they
not
have.
from the
Period.
same
So
place.
you know, KRS-One is a moment to moment person. You got to know that. And whatever he's feeling in that moment is that moment. And the next day, you know, if he's wrong about something, I do see. I've seen it. I've actually had a session when I was producing him,
Disrespectful.
and my boy was like, "Yo, that verse was whack." Told him straight up, and he was like, "The Rock, is this your man?" I was like, "Yeah."
I felt just
Well,
like
he said my verse was whack. Who is your man? Who has he worked with? And so my man was like, "Yo, listen, you're talking to me as if I'm not here."
right.
He said,
Mad
"Listen, I feel like you could come harder," and he let him see what it is. And Chris came back the next day and said, "Now let your man hear this."
cracking up.
And it was fire.
Oh shit.
And it met up to the standards. And sometimes, you know, people want to hear, even though you may think somebody might be offensive, be mad, but people like to be challenged by smart people. It's when dumb people say shit, that's what really pisses you off. But man, he ain't got no beef with you, bro. And he ain't gonna have no problem with you because at the end of the day,
I'm sure
he gonna weigh we up.
Little mystified that anybody's going against him. I don't think he's used to that. You know what I mean? I don't think he's used to people. You know what I mean? I think he's used to being like the authority and the last word on some shit. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I
that
mean?
would be
like,
him.
Well,
That
I've
would be him.
spoken now.
Definitely
And,
him. It's
you know,
always been
Chris
him.
has spoken, KRS has spoken, and
listen, to be honest, yeah, but again, you could talk about 90s Chris. You could talk about 2000s Chris. I think right now, I mean, he has definitely evolved, but I could definitely, and if he jumps on this and
And
sees
I'm
me
far
on
from
here,
stupid. I don't know. I wish he was.
no, but
I'm far from
but
stupid. So
believe me,
I'm
it's
one
going
of
to
the
get back.
people
He's
saying
going to
that
see it.
they're not a creator. So if to say that these people are, whoever's saying that is stupid, that you see what I'm saying? And you're saying that I'm stupid, and I'm far from stupid. So love you, Chris. I would never call you stupid, but you're wrong. You know what I mean? You're wrong. But listen, I want to maybe get one or two people, and I'm out, man.
I just want. Talking about why they
Damn.
run about what KRS-1 gonna say, right? He said he talked to the homeboy like a third party, like he wasn't even there, right?
Right.
Who is this? And he got
Who's
homeboy
your
right
man?
there.
Is this your man's? Who's your man's here?
Let me tell y'all something though. He's just so
KRS
happy.
always been like that from day one.
So what you trying to say, girl?
He's just he's very opinionated, and his word a lot of times he feels is law.
Well, I don't play with my KRS-1, right? But
I
anyway,
love KRS-1.
well,
I've been
I'm gonna tell you why though. Let me just
Day
tell you why. Let me tell you why.
Why?
That's my birthday twin, right? So I know
Is
exactly.
it
Yeah, I know exactly what he be coming.
cracking up?
Let me tell you that I some of the things when I'm growing up, I was like, that's just like me. The same way they worrying about what he gonna say. They used to say that about me. I wonder what he
Right.
gonna say after this, right? Let me tell you,
No, but
funny story. Today, right? He's a Leo sat up there, right? After I made that video crushing that guy and shit, right? So I guess he didn't know I was gonna pop up on that motherfucker, right? But his tone changed. But God bless him. So now they want to bring that pedophile back and shit. Right?
right.
I get what I get. I say, we cool, but this nigga can get it, right? Everybody else worry about what we're going to say, right? But it was one point in time. This man sat up there and got mad, right? Because he said something about him. That would be the old Chris. That would be the old me too, right? Then he sat up there with the man for PM Dawn, went there, took the damn man mic and shit, threw his ass off the stage and shit, right? And took off of the show, right? But
KRS-1 did that.
yes, he did. But that's not the part that made me say he just liked me. The part that I knew he was just like me, because then I don't know, it was a couple of days, whatever, but I always go the next day, but it's really technically not the next day, but it just seemed like the next day. His next song was "And You Must Learn." I'm like, now he back to teacher mode. I said, that is me to the T. I said, nah, we have too many similarities. And I checked, we got the same goddamn day. I said, that's why we could go from wanting to fight every goddamn body 1 minute
to want to teach everybody.
They want to teach the next minute. Just
And
that
get
way.
up.
But they know how he gets down. That's why they worried about it. They know how he gets down. Like, what the fuck is she gonna do? What is she gonna do? Even yes, I had to work like 12 hours. I had to pose. I bitch was tired. I was supposed to come on today because I had to need to rest. I got other things to do. And don't forget, within next week, y'all will only be seeing me for an hour or two because the summer starts. Right? I may like do little shorts and stuff, depending on how them kids get on my nerves. But this isn't full. But I was like, that's why everybody worrying about what cameras. But it is what we say is the law. But if you bring receipts, only reason why, again, and I said that in the beginning, KRS-1 saying that, but in reality, when hip hop came out, he was in Brooklyn. So so the knowledge that he has, right? And then of course you want to include everybody. So he kind of on that, but hey, we all make mistakes, right? And it may make him want to rethink some stuff because nobody's above correction, right? Nobody's above correction. But a lot of stuff, because 99, I think what it is they going after him because 90% of the stuff he do be saying is absolutely correct. But there's something like that. But that 10% we're like, nah. But they don't know because they know we got that temper. So you better watch how you talk to us, right? You better go. We're gonna come see you, right? The older.
You better lay low.
Okay, you better lay low. Exactly. But when if that do go down tomorrow, don't worry, we're gonna be in there. We're gonna eat his ass up. I'm gonna try to double scream it, but he's like, but the guy.
We got to make another episode of Geppetto. I'm tired of looking at his dusty ass.
Nah, I don't want it. But the guy want us to come on there because remember we reviewed his video,
right?
And then it appeared, but it was not about him. We were just basically trying to show. Look at the difference of how he's acting with us and how he's acting with a man. He ain't talking none of that shit. None of it. Right? I don't got nothing to do with somebody's drinking. A lot of people drink. People get drunk. Nobody says shit like that.
Nope.
For 2 hours, just talking stuff like that.
Just
right?
Nastiness.
And then sometimes I do get like the certain lingos, and then as he's a Leo was pointing out there, I still want my shit though. But he like, hey, but he already said, you got whatever, you got it, right? But I already had stated, right? If that does happen, I hopefully it ain't got nothing to do with you. But if he pops up on that screen, it's on and popping.
Yep,
on and popping.
It's on.
On and popping. Because he doesn't understand. Well, he trying to say he built a coat. I know what sounding like a coat sound like.
Right.
Because see, they got the pimping world, right? So he knows that lingo. Remember, he been around everything. He has heard everything. Like, remember, he's a Leo's not a regular guy.
Nope.
So he's seen some shit, right? And let's not forget that we got the manosphere world out there. Let's not forget we got the red pit world. And it's got the no good ninjas. I know the difference in the lingos. I know when you want to make a coat lingo also. It sounds the same, but it's little slight differences. Right? It's little, even though they all want the same thing, but it's still it's a little different. Right? It's a little different. Because the difference is when you start the cut with the coat, it could be with the other ones too. But the main thing is you want the men to follow you too. Just like, and you want to abuse them and make them your servants. That would be like sort of kind of the little difference that we looked at as God and having women and everybody looking at you, right? And then this is what we do. This is what, so, it was talked about the commentary and all that, but that's what I do. That's my job. So I guess he didn't understand that. He looked like, damn, 5 hours. I didn't know. I was trying to get up to I know it was that long. But y'all know how when we get good in conversations and stuff, how it goes. But girl, I'm proud of you and your channel. Keep it going. I'll catch the replay or whatever. I'm gonna watch it. Give you some time and stuff. I got you, girl. But I'm proud of you. Keep it up. But
I saw you. I said, my goodness, sugar.
Y'all gonna watch the other ones too, because I don't get the notifications, but it comes on my thing. But I had to take a couple of grandma naps today, girl. I had the pain from working, so that made that a grandma nap. Then I had I had to get my regular
I was at
grandma.
the hospital yesterday. I
And
texted Jack, let her know I went to the hospital yesterday, and then I left because you ain't finna do me. I'm not finna be in there 11 million hours, and I'm cold. And I can't charge my phone. Oh no! I told them. I said I need the number to corporate because this is ridiculous. So I went to my primary care today and got checked out or whatever. But yeah, no, I wasn't. I
I
wasn't
gotta
gonna
go
do
doctor
15,
tomorrow.
15
But that's
hours in the emergency
hell
room.
fucking no. I be ready to bug out everywhere I go. I be ready to bug out. I don't know. I just be like, and I had this lady, right? And I'm so sick of these Bible dumpers, right? I'm so sick of them. And I begged them nicely not to come for me, right? Don't do it. Don't do it. So, I don't care about getting married. She cares about getting married, right? This lady gonna tell me I can't talk to you no more. We're not evenly yoked. What the fuck was that? We're not evenly yoked. I said, well, the last time I checked, bitch, we both single. So that make us evenly yoked, right? You talking about the future. We can conversate about anything. Regardless,
Exactly.
we're not evenly yoked. And we're going to back away. I was like, well, goddamn, I've heard people say a lot of stuff to
Who
me.
said that
But
though?
I've
That's
never
what the
heard,
lady said.
on my day, yes, I heard a lot of stuff. And then I was invited to the after parties. And these bones said, no, 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 no. Right? Because all the people that I rode with, they won. So now that gives me a little bit more power too. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And boy, everything got shooken up. Shit was shooken up, sister. But
I know it was, but I've
I'm
been
gonna play. Huh,
time
sis?
cultivating my pages, but also getting my story out. So thank you for your support again.
Yeah. And don't forget, guys, don't forget, Jackie, please. I want to get you that gift. Please make sure she has the we already looked at what you want. I need that done soon as possible. And then I want to pick out, I'm gonna go through the thing because I don't know if you remember the two that I had picked out. We're gonna go through that again. And then I'm gonna do another show. I'm gonna be supporting that business again, showing it. Summertime is here. You're gonna want some of that nice jewelry to go out. We want to support my sister, but I really, really want that because I know Jack, author, author, or author
Yeah.
boss. Don't know which
Right.
one to say, but she's both. But she's gonna be going places, and I want if somebody asks her who made this, she could say your name, right? But I know
I know.
she's gonna be going out. She's moving up. She's still writing her books. I'm
And
so
we're very
proud
proud of her.
of Boss Jackie also, right? And whomever
Yeah,
else is doing things. Miss Leo
we're so proud.
also does stuff, but she been busy. I think her daughter graduated and stuff, but she also does stuff. And if anybody want to get into couponing and learning how to save money, all you gotta do is click on Miss Rod link to get
Okay.
up in there, or then you start the savings. But they don't make money or nothing off it. They just get credits. So let's support her too, and you get the same money, right? And don't forget, what I might
And
do
when
the
you save
giveaway,
money, that money
huh?
to do other.
Remember,
I
if
said
you're
when
not a
you save.
mod, I can't hear you,
Uh-huh.
sis. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I didn't hear what you saying.
Oh, I was saying when you save money with those coupons and with those money saving tips, you'll be able to use that money to buy a book from Jackie or buy a piece of jewelry from me, and we can all keep those dollars circulating within the
Yeah,
community.
let's keep it. I believe everybody should have a book by now, but I'm also going to give away a book. So you're gonna
I
have to
have
give
not
Jackie.
my books yet, but I will be getting my books very soon.
Right. And then, but I definitely need her to hurry up and give you the sizes because I really
Yeah,
want her
I- so we got it by the end of the week. We gonna have it all together.
yeah, I want to know the process. right? And I
You
wanted to
did.
be really, really, because that what you did was really, really nice. But you know, when she go out
Thank
there to them other meetings and stuff, where did Jackie go? She in somewhere, right? But again, I thank all of you guys. We're just gonna play a couple of songs. Yes, we are. Before we go,
Thank you for joining us on the Sugar Love Train. Have a blessed night, everyone.
yeah, y'all have a blessed night. And not yet. We got a couple of songs to end it off. Let's start off here.
Rising up, no time to frown on like a queen. I keep my crown on, nothing can bring me down. I'm strong, Licky Sia. I'm here to stay. Don't you dare sleep on. I face the challenges that come my way. I turn every dark night into day. I won't let negativity lead the way. Lakeisha, shining brighter. You can't fade away. I'm stronger than ever. Can't you see? No matter what, I'll always be free. I wear my crown with unbreakable glee. Lakeisha rising up. Watch me be the queen I was born to be. Life is a journey, stumble and fall. No matter how big or small, they seem your setbacks, but it's about to come back. Feels like the end, but it's just a jump start. Tough times may knock you down, that's a fact, but you rise like a phoenix from the ashes, back on track. Never give up, keep pushing through the pain. You're stronger than you know. Break the chains. This is the comeback. Rise up from fall. Stand tall. Show 'em all. No matter what they say, you can't be shaken. It's your time to shine. No more faking. No more faking. There's no one like me. Look in the mirror. I'm all I see. Can't be nobody else, just gotta be me. I don't pretend, I can't pretend. What you get is what you see. I love all me, that's all I can be. Just me. No imitations, no faking, just my own creation. Originality in all my steps, no need for complication. I shine bright, no need for any embellishment. I love all of me, that's my only sentiment. I'm just me, can't be nobody else but me. The world can try to change me, but I'll always be free. I love all of me, my uniqueness is the key. No one else can be me, just me. Just me. the land of real, there's a love that's true. Sugar love is her name, spreading sweetness too. Her voice like velvet, smooth as a summer breeze. A podcast, the soundtrack to everybody's ears. Sugar love, she's the queen of soul. Ooh, yeah. A podcast, the place where the stories unfold. Ooh, yeah. News and entertainment with a touch so sweet. She's the heartbeat of the community's beat. Ooh, she brings the news with flavor like a cup of hot tea. Uncovering stories, bringing light to what we see. Ooh, with her infectious laughter, she uplifts every soul. Sugar love, she's the one who makes us feel whole. She's the one who makes us feel whole. In the land of real, there's a love